Right. Okay. There should be some the sound there. Can somebody let me know if you can hear me or not? I've just adjusted the sound. I know the picture is going to be bad because the internet's very bad here. Can you hear me or not? I don't want to start talking about things if nobody can hear me. Caretaker says yes. Is that yes? You can hear me, or sound is good? Okay, I've just changed the microphone settings. Right. Okay. So I realize the picture's not going to be good. I'm in a hotel room, and I'm connected to the internet on my phone, not through the hotel because the internet's really bad here, and I can't speak too loudly because people are sleeping on each side. All right. Sounds good. Nicholas in Bangkok. Dolphin Vlogs. Yes, mate. Dave and Dave. Okay. Right. So everybody can hear me. That's good. Okay. So here we are. What do you want to know? I'm stuck in a hotel room. Sound is fine. Right. Hi to everybody. First of all, let me say hi to a few people. David Waters, Mike Sands, Stanley Haley, Joe Bowser, Guideline 7, Richard. Is it Mello? Wade 76, Big N, Mr. Gumman, Scott G. It's really weird doing this live stream here because I want to get into it, but there's people sleeping on each side. I could hear the guy talking earlier in the night, so I don't want to be too loud. Right, Christopher Doyle, hi, how you doing? Jake McShane, Mark Flump, how you doing? Poppycorn, hi Peter, hope you can get it sorted. Well, you can hear me now, can't you? Before I had no sound when I started. Right, Joe says, don't worry, I can hear you. No Cronenbergs tonight, guys. I got a coffee. And just if you've joined us, I realise that the picture's not going to be great because I'm on a slow internet connection. I just want to a couple of guys, like, I don't know if this is real or somebody donated 100. Two guys donated £100, but what happens sometimes people donate and then they retract it later because they want to get noticed. I don't know, but if you guys are watching this and that's you, thanks very much. One is A then, and the other one was Dave Andrew. So thanks for that. No Cronenberg fun tonight. I'm on coffee. All right. I think really all I'm going to do is just answer your questions tonight. There's no currencies. There's no COVID numbers. There's no adverts. Nothing. It's just us talking. Anything you want to know, ask me. I'll let you know. Hedge fund, hi to you. Darcy Dye, hi. You sound like you have a cold. I've got COVID. No, I'm actually I'm a lot better. I'm doing another test today, and I hope to be negative. I missed my flight, didn't you? I was supposed to go back on Wednesday. Was it Wednesday? Yeah, last Wednesday, and I tested positive. I'm feeling great. Who's that? High five. How are you feeling? Yeah, I'm feeling great. I mean, what happened? What the symptoms are? You get a sore throat, and I got a sore throat the day I went for the day I went for the test. My throat was really painful, but I thought, well, don't be paranoid. It could just be a cold or a sore throat. These days, anybody who gets something wrong with them, they think, oh, I've got COVID. So I still went for it, and then they sent me the results. But I'm in a funny situation here because nobody's come for me. No ambulances. No, they haven't put me in hospital or anything. Okay, that's a good question. So let's start off with that one. Robert Hancock. I don't know how many people are actually in the stream at the moment. Let me just, because I'm doing this from a laptop with a shitty camera. 483 in the stream. Wow, that's a record for me. Okay, so let me, who's giving me that super chat there? Let me just, Paul Oskin, nice to see you. Hope you're okay. Thanks for that super chat, Paul. Who else was that? I'm going to explain all this in a second. The question on screen. Let me just. I just want to say hello to a few people. Michael, how you doing? Are you okay? Thanks for sticking with me throughout the last few weeks. I see you leave your comments regularly. That's good. Right, I probably lost that comment. Okay, so let me tell you what happened to me. It's really weird. Don't believe what you read in the press, right? If you're planning to come out here, cancel. Honestly, guys, cancel, refund. Don't think, oh, I'll be okay. I'll be one of the lucky ones. It's running right through the country now. Everyone's got it, or everyone's getting it. I mean, they've set up tables in Tree Town. They're doing free tests. That's a cash cow, actually. What they're doing, you go along, you get a free test. Once they find you positive, away you go to hospital. You get all these tests, unnecessary tests. And remember, being in hospital here, it's a business. So what happens is they give you a free test, probably in the hope that you do come up positive. And once you're positive, you're whisked away. Then it's you know, I mean, I've seen one bill from a guy, got a bill from hospital for $1,000. You know, that's on top of his travel expenses. So it's really weird. What's happened with me is okay, so there's no guidance, you know. I mean, whatever you read from the UK or wherever it's from, just don't believe it. Who's that now? Mark from support from the team, $10. Thanks for that, Mark. I appreciate that super chat there. 546 in now. That's the most I've ever had in. It's weird. I've been in a hotel room in Bangkok. Okay, so let me tell you what happened with me. So I was booked to fly on last Wednesday, and I booked the test for, when did I go for the test? I went for the test Tuesday morning. I'm getting the super chat here. I will carry on with this. Jason, £20. Thanks, mate. Appreciate that. So I booked the test for the Tuesday, and I thought, right, well, because I know the hospital. This was the hospital that I went to initially when I arrived here. Sorry about the glare, guys. I can't do nothing about it because I can't read the comments otherwise. But right, so I was flying out on the Wednesday. I booked the test on the Tuesday because I know this hospital are very good at getting the results back within 24 hours. So I went on the Monday just to I just went to the hospital on Monday just to say, do I need to make an appointment? Do I just turn up? How's it work? And they said, no, just turn up. And, you know, you can come anytime, day or night. We'll give you the test on the spot. Thanks, Mark, for that. And so I went along on the Monday just to find out. And I was happy, okay, I can go tomorrow and get the test, no problems, right? So then I went along on the Tuesday morning. I took the test, but I had a bit of a rough throat, but I wasn't paranoid about it. I thought it could just be a cold or the aircon or all the rest of it. And Wednesday I was flying out. So of course, Wednesday morning, I get the text message said, traces found possibly positive. It doesn't say you are positive. It says traces found possibly positive. So I was expecting like ambulances to turn up at the door, handcuffs, police. I thought I was going to be whisked off to some flipping quarantine prison. It was really weird. So I'm really lucky for a few reasons. Firstly, I changed my hotel before I got that result. I was in, you know what hotel? I'm not going to mention hotels here at all because I'm still in Thailand. So what happened was I'd paid for a week and I'd finished that hotel. I had one more day to go, and I thought, should I stay here or should I explore another hotel? Because for me, I like to try different things, you know. I mean, you think, okay, you got to pack your bags and move to another hotel. It's hassle. I'll just stay here. But I'm not like that. I'm the other way around. I think, well, that will take me 10 minutes and I can experience another hotel. So what happened was on the day before, I went on the Tuesday for the test, and then Tuesday afternoon I moved hotels. Now, lucky for me, not too far away. I'm not going to tell you where I am right now, but I went into a quiet. So I'm in a hotel. This hotel, fantastic. I've got a huge balcony. It's a huge room. Room service, I can get Grab. I haven't used room service and get Grab, but it's a fantastic hotel and it's tucked away down a quiet soy. When I get back next week, hopefully I'll tell you the full story where I am. So they sent me this text message. The hospital sent me this text message, and all it said was something like, traces could be positive. Don't leave your room. That's it. Don't leave your room. So I thought, okay. And they said, what room are you in? We'll contact the hotel. And I thought, well, what they'll do, they'll send an ambulance, they'll pick me up, they'll take me to a quarantine hotel, or they'll take me to hospital. And I was thinking, oh shit, you know, nothing happened. So I sat there and I thought, this is a bit strange. So anyway, I phoned down to the reception of the old hotel before I left. Sorry, getting a bit confused. I sent messages to the hospital. And I said, right, okay, sorry to hear that. Let me just say, thanks for that, Darcy. Super chat there. 10 Australian dollars. I was expecting all these things to happen to me, but nothing happened. So they sent me a message saying, you're positive, don't leave your room. Now I was in this new hotel by then, right? Better hotel, luckily. And then I thought, well, they're going to contact me. They're going to send an ambulance. They're going to tell me what to do. I've got to do 10 days quarantine and all the rest of it. Nothing at all. So what happened is I contacted the hospital and I replied to their email that they sent me. And I said, look, you said I'm positive. What's happening? What's your advice? What do you want me to do? No answer. So I went to the hotel reception. I said, look, this hospital's found me positive. Can you call them and ask? They called them, couldn't get through to them. Anyway, you know, Simon, he speaks Thai, and his wife and all the rest. They called the hospital, couldn't get through to them. So I sent them about 4 emails. I said, look, what do you want me to do? You've said I'm positive. I'm a quarantine. you want me to go to hospital? Are you sending a bus, pick me up, blah, blah, blah. Nothing, absolutely nothing, no guidance. So I thought, well, what do I do? So I'm quite responsible. I don't want to spread COVID around. So what I did was I've just self-isolated for the last, since, what's today, Friday, Saturday? I don't know, Saturday here in Bangkok. I've just self-isolated. So luckily for me, what I've done, Simon, my friend, he's got a motorbike taxi boy who works exclusively for him with his factory. So he's a motorbike taxi, but he only works for Simon. So Simon's able to say, right, take this round to Peter's hotel, whatever. So I've been calling Simon and said, look, can you get me some beers? Can you get me toothpaste? Can you get me this, that, and all the rest of it? This motorbike guy's gone to 7-Eleven, picked up all these bits in a plastic bag, put them outside my door, knocked the door, and he's gone off. So I've been good like that. And then as far as food-wise, because I haven't let any staff into the room, they haven't cleaned the room or anything. I've kind of cleaned it myself and, you know, tidied up. And then that's it. Like Grab, I've ordered food from Grab. So what happens is Grab, look, I've got to just say hi to all these people who are leaving these super chats. Hi, GBC, thanks for that. Appreciate that. And also Football Nerd, nice to see you in the chat. I hope you guys can hear me. I'm speaking really quietly because of the, you know, people in the next room. What's that, Richard? Have someone pick up some patch. Yeah. So really, I've had it better than most. I mean, I've been reading these stories about people. There's 2 French guys in Phuket who ran away from quarantine. There was an Indian guy who ran away from quarantine. They posted their mugshots all over Facebook and like wanted. But, you know, the thing is, they haven't put me into quarantine. It's not like I've run away from quarantine. I'm in a hotel room and they've said, don't leave your room. That's it. No contact after that. And I think what's happening, honestly, guys, I think what's happening is, I think they're overwhelmed now. It's ripping through the country big time. I mean, I know I can't name the bar or the street because you know, it's like, I'm still here, guys. So one of the girls who works in one of the big bars in one of the famous soys that we all go to in Bangkok drinking, she said to me, she said, look, Peter, she said, all the girls who work in that bar have tested positive, all of them. Right. And it doesn't surprise me. And in fact, everybody I know in Patu have said, not only have I got it, but all of my friends have got it. I mean, it's ripping through society here big time. And they you know, the numbers that you're hearing, they're totally wrong, you know, because I don't think they know themselves. So, hi, Black Bolt. How you doing? Nice to see you in the stream. Put that there. Yeah, it's ripping through everywhere, isn't it? The good thing about it is it's herd immunity, and I think what's happening from what I've been reading, I'm not a doctor, I'm not a scientist, but from what I've been reading, the symptoms aren't bad. I mean, I haven't felt weak, my bones haven't ached, I haven't been sleeping all day. I mean, I felt absolutely normal. I woke up a couple of days with a really bad throat. That's all I had. And that's got really much better now. You can hear from my voice I'm talking normally. I'm just talking quietly because I don't want to wake anybody up. But I feel fine. I did a Simon also sent me 5 self-tests, and I did one yesterday morning. I was still positive, but I feel really so much better today. I'm really hoping that today when I do a self-test, I'll come negative, and that's it. I don't know what else to tell you. I mean, really, nobody's sort of enforced anything on me. It's like stay in your room. Well, if I was not a responsible person, I could have just ignored it and gone out, put a mask on, and you know, gone about. There's nobody to stop me. Nobody sort of. I haven't got a sign on me saying I've got COVID, and there's nobody sort of said, well, you know, to the hotel, don't let that guy out. I mean, I could have gone out drinking every night. Nobody's restricted anything. I mean, I'm responsible. I've been wearing this mask. You know, this is a doctor in England gave me this. This is like grade 1. You know, so there it is. Marky Mark, let's have a look what we're saying here. Joke of the week. I asked the vet, what can I do? I think my dog's a racist. He keeps barking at the Asian man next door. The vet said, muzzle him. I said, I don't know, but he's got a beard. Mark. Okay. Who else? Darcy. Peter, I was meant to fly to Bangkok on Tuesday. I cancelled to March. Anyone going out there now for a short holiday needs their head examined. Yeah, that's kind of a stronger way than I'd put it. But honestly, guys, my advice to you is I dodged a bullet. I hit it at the right time. So until what we today, Friday or Saturday today, Saturday in Bangkok, it's Friday where you guys are in the UK. Until sort of last week, I got really lucky. You know, I got here, I was negative. I had 3 weeks in the sun. I met a lot. I went down to Pattaya. I hung out with Trev. buzzing Pattaya. I hung out with a load of his subscribers, had a great time. I went to Hua Hin with Simon. I went to Chang-Mia. You've seen the videos, they're all up on the channel. And I had a really, really good time. And I should have just got on the plane and come home, and that would have been it. Now, the thing about it is, coffee this time of the morning. It's 4:15 here in Bangkok. The thing about it is, I'm actually not bothered. You know, I mean, I'm having a nice time. I'm in a hotel room in Bangkok. Got a real nice balcony there. In the morning, I go out and have my coffee and I got some cereal from 7-Eleven, and yeah, I'm not bothered. I'm hoping to get back on Wednesday. Right, Franco, how you doing, my man? Me and Ollie were expecting you to be eating with us on Sunday. Looks like we're on our own. You are, mate. I'm in Bangkok. I won't be eating with you on Sunday. A couple of us meet up on a Sunday and have a shish chicken kebab. That's a highlight of our week in the UK. Okay, so let me just see what's coming in on the comments here. What we got here? Darcy Peter. I was meant to, yeah, we've done that one. Michael, Bartoni and Pato had his channel, says over the worst and it's still all right. Well, okay, so that's another issue now. Now that they're changing the rules every day. So you know, they said bars could open if they're restaurants, or they're not really bars, they're restaurants, and people were kind of flaunting the rules, weren't they? They were going out and buying toasters and, you know, pretending they were restaurants, and there were bribes going everywhere. And but the latest is now they changed it's changing from day to day. You can't make any plans, because you can say, oh right, today this is a rules, you can do this, you can do that, you can go there, you can go there, and then tomorrow it's completely different. It's all out the window, so you can't make any plans. So guys, look, honestly, if you've never listened to anything I've told you before, what I would say to you is, if you've got plans to come out to Thailand this month, or next month even, cancel them, get a refund, put that ticket on hold. You're wasting your time, because even if you get out here, the chances are they're going to close all the bars again. You could land and they'll say the bars are closed, there's no alcohol, right? You might be one of those people who don't drink. You come out and you say you don't care, but what they might turn around and say is, right, we're going to restrict movement between provinces. It's just so volatile at the moment, it's so unstable, it's just not worth coming out. And you know, I made that video when I came here about how much hassle it was to get here. Then I made a video the day or two before I was leaving, and I said, right, I've had a rethink. Would I come out here again? Is it worth all the hassle? And I said in that video, no, it's not worth it. For 2 or 3 weeks, it's not worth it. Now, let me just put that one up there. So Ken says, have you heard from Ed Sweeney? No, Ed won't contact me, because he's a kind of lone wolf. You know, he goes out and does his own thing. We had a great stream together, me and Ed. It was nearly 5 hours long. We both got pissed up on screen. If you're not from the UK, we got drunk, right? And he's a good guy, Ed. You know, I mean, I like him, and we did a live stream. It was good fun, but he won't contact me. Ed's one of these guys. He's kind of like a solo traveler. He goes out there and he does what he wants to do. But I can tell you now, I know he's gone down to Pattaya. I watched his stream, and he said in his stream he's going to keep away from the bars. He's not going to take any risk or anything, but it's so rampant down there. Unless he sits in his hotel room or he sits in a bar and there's nobody within 10 yards of him, he will catch it, unfortunately. Right. Mark, I had a great time there. I never went to a bar once. I found all my dates online, no problem. Yeah, that's another thing. Let's talk about the girls. So sausage fest is a common term used here. Now, you know, I'm married, guys, right? So I'm not out looking for girls. A lot of guys don't believe that, but it's true. My wife, who's from South Korea, had her family come over for Christmas. And who's that? Javier, thanks for all the updates, mate. I'd rather wait and see what happens. Yeah. So my wife, she's from South Korea, and it's like Thailand. They have massive families. All her family came over, not all, a lot of her family came over for Christmas. And it seems weird that I've come to Thailand, a married man on his own, right? I understand why you'd think that was weird. But, you know, they're all speaking in Korean. They make the Korean food and all that. And I've been with her for 31 years. And I said, look, you know, I know this is a bit weird, but would it be okay if I went to Thailand to get some content for my channel? I want to get some content. I've uploaded 14 videos in 3 weeks, right? So she said, yeah, that's fine, you go along. So I came out here, and I'm not hunting for girls or looking for girls. I know that's really hard to believe, but I'm not. But I've been out with guys who are, and really, it's really weird. It's really weird. And all the time I've been in Thailand, I've never seen such a, how can I put this politely? The women in the bars at the moment, they're kind of like the, I've got to be careful how I say this, because I get Western women send me these messages like, I'm disrespectful to Thai people, and, you know, I'm a sex pat and all the rest of it. But how can I put it in a polite way? The women who are working the bars at the moment, let's just say they're not even the B team, not even the C team, let's say the D team, right? There's just such a lack. I know a lot of them are doing their own thing online now, but it's really weird because when you go around the bars, I mean, I spoke to Nick Dean, NDTV, right? I went into his bar and he said he's normally got about 30 girls, but at the moment he's only got something like 12, and by 5 p.m. there's none of them left. These girls in Pattaya at the moment, they're in such high demand that if you get to a bar after sort of 6 p.m., it's what they call a sausage fest. I mean, there's just nothing available, and it's like that everywhere. I mean, I remember walking in Soi 4 Nana. You walk down the street, you're accosted every few hundred yards. There's none of that. There's a lot of lady boys about, loads of lady boys about, and they're still accosting people. So if you're into lady boys, you're okay. But as far as women go, I mean, they're not out there. They're just gone. There's no, there are women around, but like I say, they're like 50-year-olds, and just it's really strange. Right, okay. Right, Scott G, you've got to keep a Peter. Many wives won't let their husbands travel to Thailand. Yeah, but you got to remember, okay, she's not from the UK. She's South Korean, and she lived out here with me. And when she lived here with me, she could see how I kind of operated. She knows I didn't do anything. So, she's probably got the mindset, well, if he's going to do it, he's going to do it, and I can't stop him. But I don't actually. I know, I know people will watch this stream and think, what a bullshitter, but I'm not, honestly. Right. Okay. Paul Hoskin, I mentioned that. Terrifical. Where's Paul Hoskin? Okay. I know it's really. I'm working from a laptop here, and it's the camera's not great and the lighting's not great. I'm speaking very quietly because of the next room. So if you've just joined me in this live stream, it's 4:20 in Bangkok. I set the clock and woke about 3:30 because I wanted to do it one live stream at least while I'm here, and. I had a problem with this laptop. I bought this laptop before it came out. I thought, well, I'll upgrade my laptop now. I'm sort of like doing YouTube properly. I paid £1,200 for this laptop, and after the first week, the screen gave up. There's no screen. I had to go out and get a HDMI lead, one of these, and use it off the hotel TV, and then all of a sudden it started working again. So I made that decision. Right, Rob, you're a generous man. I'm booked to come out on the 29th of Jan for the first time. Thanks for your honesty, Peter. You have helped me make up my mind to rebook a month. Yeah, honestly, Rob, don't come. I know it's tempting because you're sitting in well, if you're, I don't know where you are, Rob, but hang on, let me just, who's that? Christopher Dorr, have a live LB Ladyboy competition. Yeah. Christ, I'll be looking at the camera, they'll be robbing me behind me, won't they? Yeah. So, Rumtit Shah, good morning from India. Hi, how are you? Don't know what the time is in India now. I was in India for a year. I worked in that Taj Mahal hotel, brilliant place, loved it. I was going to do a bit of name dropping there, but I won't. I'll just say Amitabh Bachchan, you know what I mean. Right, Dutch Farang, Shane O Traveller. Okay, you're talking to someone else. Hedge fund, Big Rob. Let me just put. You don't mind if I make a coffee when I'm talking to you, do you? I feel like it's really. This is kind of like a weird. Paul Hoskin, yeah. What are you going to say, Paul? Anything rude? I miss drinking the bar girl's apple juice, whatever that means. Right, get another coffee on here. Christ. Oh, okay, so have you got anything? Right, here we go. Eddie found a stunner, and they even wax each other's bags for fun. Christ, that looks like me there. It is me. Is it? Quarantine bound. Blimey. Do I need to worry about that picture? Black Ball. I can imagine flying for the D team. Okay. Peter, how did your employer respond? I don't have an employer. I'm self-employed, actually. I'm probably going to pack it in soon because YouTube's kind of taken over my life. And so what it is, I have a contract with a local authority, the council. I do a bit of driving for them. And I just kind of like go in and say that I'm not working, and they're all fine with it. Right. Mark Hanley, have you got a Kronenberg? You can't get Kronenberg out here. What I have got, but I'm not having it now. Blimey, that's a bit cold, isn't it? Look, it's got ice on it. Move that one back a bit. Milk for the coffee. Okay, if you just joined us, we've got 857 in the stream now. That's a record for me. Good to have you all in. Okay. Stephen, a massage is legit. medical procedure. Yeah, I know, but I think it's talking about something else, right? Okay, so look, sis, are you getting food from your hotel, Peter? Right. If you just joined us, you know I'm supposed to be quarantined, which I am quarantined, but it's kind of like I'm doing it myself. So no, nobody sort of said, right, you're not allowed to leave. Well, they have. They sent the hospital said all they said was don't leave your room, which I'm not, right? But I can order room service. I'm not ordering room service because I don't want to infect the staff. So what I'm doing, Simon sends somebody to 7-Eleven. They bring a bag round in the morning, leave it outside the door, and I have cereal or pot noodles or, these cheese and ham snack sandwiches that they do, and some other bits and bobs. So that takes care of my sort of lunchtime, breakfast and lunch. I sit out on the balcony. It's nice. And then for dinner, I order Grab. Grab a great, you can order a pizza and they'll bring it around. They leave it in reception or outside your door, whatever. And that's what I'm doing. So let me just grab a coffee. Oh. I've got things like this as well, Let me just get a spoon. So yeah, I mean, nobody's kind of enforcing what I do. Like I said earlier, all they said, don't leave your hotel room, which I'm being responsible, but I'm not. I'm hoping. I mean, all this 10-day thing. I mean, if I'm negative tomorrow, that's it. I'm going. I'm out and about. The whole point with the COVID thing is you don't want to spread it. You don't want to give it to other people, right? So I've got these self-test kits, and let me just pour this coffee. I'm testing myself. I've had it now 5 days, and I asked Simon because he had it a while ago, and it lasted about a week for him, or 5 days, something like that, 5-6 days. So I'm testing myself every morning now with the self-test kits. Now, if I get a negative result, as far as I'm concerned, that's it. Nobody said to me, you have to stay in your room for 10 days. There's no enforcement, And like I said to you, don't believe what you're reading in the press about the numbers, because it's right. It's absolutely right. It's ripping through the country, big time, ripping through the country. Right. Mark Holden, I think the travel insurance will pay for that. All sorts of. You know what? There's a bit of a controversy going on at the moment because travel insurance companies are not paying out. Maybe they're paying out some people, but a lot of people are not getting what they've paid for. So, as far as I'm concerned, I'm not in hospital. I don't have any hospital bills. I don't have any medical bills. I don't have any medicine bills. This hotel where I'm staying, it's normally, I looked it up online, it's normally about nearly 3,000 baht a month. So that's a night. So that's like £70 a night. But because of nobody has any business at the moment, prices are rock bottom. I'm paying £20 a night for this hotel now. They've emptied the mini bar and they don't supply coffee and tea and all that. And they said to me yesterday that we're doing that because our prices are so low. But I've still got a huge room. I've still got a balcony, and Okay, William, Scotland has over a million infected, supposed to be. Yeah, I was speaking to Michael the other day. He said in America, in one day, they got 1 million positive results. Now, that's not a cumulative. I mean, that's not added up over some time. That was in a day. Right, TG2450, I'm doing your diet and I'm very pleased. Thank you so much for that video. Yeah, I'm a bit gutted about that video because it didn't get that many. It's had just under 10,000 viewings. That sounds like a lot, but some of my videos will do, like the one when I arrived in Pattaya. Oh, that's really sweet. The one when I arrived in Pattaya, that did nearly 45,000 views. And the average video will do anywhere between 20 and 30,000 views. And I did the diet video because a lot of people were waiting for the diet. And, I lost 23 kilos. And I was warmed down, jumped in. I explained how I lost weight, but it's done less than 10,000 viewings, which are a little bit disappointing too. But you're saying you're doing the diet and you're really pleased with the results. Well, that's good. And I'm actually going to go back on it because here, I know I've put at least 1 kilo or maybe 2 kilos. It's really hard to eat healthy here if you don't live here. Roger, Peter, you're making the best reality documentary ever made. Yeah, I don't know about that. I'm really tired, really tired. I set the alarm for 3:30. This is my 4th coffee. But as long as you can hear me, that's the main thing, right? Del Boy. Peter, if there were more responsible people like you in the world, COVID wouldn't be the issue it is right now. Okay, thanks for that, Del. No, I mean, I honestly, like I said to you in the beginning, I mean, I haven't had any direction. The hospital haven't said, you're positive, we're sending an ambulance, don't move, we're on our way, we're going to get you, you're off to the hospital. They were originally putting people in the hospital, right? But people have realized what's going on. The hospital's a business, and people are saying, no, I'm not going, I'll isolate in my hotel. And because so many people are protesting, saying they're not going to hospital, they're finding it really hard to kind of insist now. And there's a big difference. People said to me, well, what about that Israeli guy? Do you remember that Israeli guy? They put him into quarantine, he ran away, and they put his picture all over Facebook, and he was like a wanted man, the Thailand's most wanted. This guy had run away from quarantine. But the difference with him is, he tested positive when he entered the country, and they put him into a quarantine hotel, and they said, you stay here, you're under quarantine, right? But they haven't done that with me. They sent me a text message saying, don't leave your room. So I haven't left it. But they haven't said don't leave your room for 10 days. They haven't said don't leave your room for 7 days. They haven't said like, you've got to come back to the hospital and have another one. And now good old Boris has said, you don't need to, from Friday, I haven't looked at the latest, but you don't have to take a PCR test before you enter the UK. Now, if that had been the case last week, I would have got my flight and I would have come into the UK and I would have spread COVID to everybody on the plane. But I'm sure there's a lot of people got it. And so all I'm going to do, like I keep saying to you, I'm going to take my test in the morning. I really hope I'm negative today. This is day 5, or Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Yeah, this is day 6. And as soon as it says negative, I'm going to go about my business. I've been responsible. I haven't had any interaction with the staff in the hotel. They've knocked the door and said, can we clean your room? And I said, no, do it tomorrow. I keep saying, do it tomorrow. I've got all my rubbish in the bag and I put it outside the door. And I've even got, this is how responsible I am. Look at this, man. Right. I've even got Simon sorted me out this, right? So I've got alcoholic hand gel, right? That's for me when I touch anything. But if I put anything out the door, right, I can't show you the gloves at the moment, but I've got rubber gloves. So even though the staff haven't brought it, when Grab leave me a meal, what I do is I put on these rubber gloves, Dr. Kildare, and I eat my food. And then I put the food package, I tie it all up, and then I use this. This is an alcoholic spray. So once I put it down on the floor, I spray all the package in. I mean, I can't get any more responsible than that, can I? Then I take the gloves off and I spray them on the side of the sink and I leave them to dry. I don't know what else I can do. I'm sure there's people in my position who just say, oh, bollocks to it, I'm going out and do my own thing because everyone's got it anyway. But, that's not me. Okay, let's see. Martin Lube. Right, Paul Hoskin, Paul, my head gets sore sometimes after a massage. Okay, right. William Zewan, does the staff not know that you're positive? No, because I don't, nobody said you got to go and tell the staff that you're positive. But again, I'm not having any interaction with the staff. I've come into this room before I was tested positive, right? Everything that I need, like I've got a bottle of whiskey there, get drinks, pot noodles, everything. It gets delivered to me. Simon helps me out. A motorbike taxi boy leaves it outside the door, knocks the door, I bring it into the room, right? And that's it. And then as far as food goes, a call Grab, like last night I had a pizza and a Caesar salad, right? It was put outside the door. The guy knocked the door. I was like, thank you, through the door. He's gone. I take the bag in. When I finished, all the rubbish goes in one plastic bag. I spray it with this alcohol thing. So no, they don't know, right. Mark Hanley, do you regret going? No, I don't regret going. I've had a fantastic time. I would say to you guys now, don't come. Really, don't come. You're wasting your money. You're wasting your time. You'll regret it. But I was lucky. I dodged a bullet. I keep saying that. There was an envelope, a window, just a few weeks, and I hit it at the right time. So when I got here, I was negative. That's the other thing. I'm going to go off subject again a little bit here. All these rules they make. I mean, I've got to be careful how I say this. Right, what they say is when you've got to have a pre-COVID test before you arrive, right? When you get here, you've got to register yourself on the app, Moderna, is it? The Monchina, something like that. Register yourself on that so they know where you are, what contact you've been in. And then they give you a self-test kit that you've got to take a week after you've been here, right? So I get here, I go into quarantine for 1 day, I'm found negative, right? They let me go, that's it, right? So what do? Being a responsible person, I go to my hotel room, and I get on this Monchano app or whatever it's called, scan it, it doesn't work. So I think, okay, let's put the details in manually. It's like a load of messing about, but I'll do it because, you know, I want to comply with the rules of Thailand. Yeah. So I put in all the details, press enter, and it comes back and it says, oh, it doesn't work. I can't remember the exact word, but it doesn't work. So I can't register on their app, and I haven't registered on their app. So then I've got this self-test kit. So I didn't really look at it, right? But I counted 7 days was a 22nd. So I thought, I'll do it on the 22nd. Did it on the 22nd. I thought, oh, that's negative. Great. Okay. Let's see what I've got to do with this. Look through all the paper. Nothing. It doesn't tell you where to send it. There's no envelope. Send it here. Take a photograph. Do it. They just give you it, but there's no instructions. So you get this thing. So it's good to do the test so you know for yourself. But I thought, well, and I know somebody else who was here before me. And I said, look, this self-test kit, what do I do with it? You know, I don't want to get in trouble. I don't want the police knocking on my door, or I don't want to be picked up on the street, Mr. And he said, well, we didn't do it. He said, me and my friend had it as well. And they don't tell you nothing. We did it for ourselves. And that was it. So I took a photograph of it, and I kind of half expected to get a knock on the bedroom door after a couple of days saying, where's your results? Why haven't you registered? Nothing at all. So I think, it's a paper exercise. In theory, when all these people are sitting around a table and they say, well, let's do this and let's do that, it all sounds great, doesn't it? But when it comes to actually enforcing it, I just think they're overwhelmed and nothing's happening. Right, John. First trip was 94. I want to retire there. 7 figures out there. I want to leave my money to charities when I eventually drop. Is it easy to set something up over there? It is. It's easy if you do it with Thai people. Right. Michael, just talking about you actually. Just like the common cold, every single person on earth will get Omicron. That is what organizations, virologists, those words are too long at this time of the day, Michael. And other experts have been saying this for 1 month. It is. It's like a cold. I have been COVID positive, 100%. I've got the plague, right? But all that happened was in the morning when I woke up, I had a really painful throat. I got some of these, right? Strepsils. And in Thailand, there's no restriction. When you take one of these, you don't have a throat. It's gone. So strong. And I had that for 2 days. And this morning I woke up and it was a lot better. I feel fine, absolutely fine. It is. It's a cold, guys. We're going to have to live with it. Well, it sounds really terrifying, doesn't it? Oh, I got cold. I got the Omicron. But the thing is, it's a cold. And, you get it and it's gone. Right, who's this Spider? Never even given a self-kit to mention of it when I checked out of Blackwoods Hotel and saw his 7 Pattaya on 12th of December. Yeah, that's the other thing as well, Spider. Is that your name, Spider? Yeah, some people don't even get the kits. They're not giving them. Michael, they are afraid of filling hospitals with people who are not sick. Absolutely. See the logo on there, AGV Sports. He sells motorcycle equipment all around the world. He's been traveling on his bike up and down Thailand. He's but he works at night, right? Check bound, exactly. It's not a good name, check bound. Where did you get that name from? Right, exactly. It's not like you've done some 8th deadly sin. You did nothing wrong. You caught it. It's your bad luck. Yeah, and like I said to you, I'm sure there's plenty of wankers out there who, if you're not UK, that kind of means like jerk. I'm sure there's plenty of guys out there think, oh well, I've got it, so I can't catch it twice. I'm not going to restrict myself. I'm going out and sod it, But I'm not like that. I feel this is going to sound really soppy, right? I don't want it to sound soppy. Sorry about the glare from the glasses. Yeah, I can't read the comments if I don't mind. This is going to sound really soppy, so I've got to set in the right way, right? I really like. I've got with Thai people. I feel like they're my. I feel close to Thai people, and I don't want to give the girl in 7-Eleven COVID. Right? I could go in there, not wear a mask, and say, "Give me whatever it is," and give her COVID, not worry about it. Right? But maybe it's because I'm older and I've got some older values, right? But like I said, it sounds a bit soppy. But I don't want to go into 7-Eleven and give COVID to the young girl behind the counter. I don't want to go down to reception and shake the girl's hand and not worry about it. I really care that these people are safe, and yeah, I got it, and nobody's sort of arrested me and took me to hospital, but I'm doing my damnedest to make sure I don't give it to anybody else. Like I say, I'm self-testing every morning. I've got alcohol spray. I've got 7-Eleven stuff delivered to me in the morning from Simon. I'm getting grab food. I'm not letting room service into the room. When I put anything outside, I spray it with the alcohol. So I'm doing my best. So, what can I do? I'm not really worried that I missed my flight, because luckily my ticket, we phoned Thai Airways, and they've kept it open till July now. So I haven't lost my ticket. Exit 3 hours on hold, by the way, to Thai Airways. Right, exit time. Have you another rat testing room? And if that was negative, can you fly next week? I could fly tomorrow. I could book my ticket tomorrow and go, because there's no test at the airport as far as I know, and Thai Airways haven't insisted that you have to take a test before you go on your flight, and old Boris has cancelled it all right, so I could fly tomorrow. But like I keep saying to you, I'm not trying to sound like a saint or a martyr. I don't want to put people at risk, right? It's like a cold, but at the end of the day, I've got it, right? And I don't want to get home to the UK and think, well, I might have given it to this person whose immune system is quite weak and it's damaged. I just don't want to do it, right? For the sake of being banged up for a few days in a hotel room, which isn't that bad, because I've got beer in the fridge, I've got at risk. Okay. My screen's still working. I mean, it can't get any better than that. This screen's been a bit dodgy. Right. Is that Miriam? So when after negative, what happens with flight back to the UK? That's it. No, if once I'm negative, I'm just going to book my flight, go to the airport and get on the plane, because I know I'm negative. And the thing is, it's like a cold, right? You're not, if you've got COVID and after 6 days you test negative, you're not going to test positive after the next. You bump into somebody on the street, you're not going to get it again. Think about it like a normal cold. How many times do you get a cold in a year? Once, twice maximum, because your body builds up this immune, and then after a year, the next winter, you get it again, don't you? So once I'm clear, I'm not worried about it. I'm just going to go home. Probably be more people on the plane that's got it. Well, I won't be the one risking it with everybody, but they'll be risking with me. Right, Welsh 32. Actually, you need the test before you can enter the UK, Peter. Well, that's changed, hasn't it? Because I read that from Friday 4 a.m., which is basically just gone. They're scrapping it. I will check it, but I'm just going on what I read. Right, Fitzy. What were you saying? Right, 850 dead in the US. It's not a cold. The vaccine works. That's why it feels like a cold to you. Okay, so what you're saying is this Movid, as they say, it's really deadly. But if you had the vaccines, then you're protected. Well, I've had 3. I had 2 of the Pfizer, and I had the Mandeva. Is it Mandeva? I can't remember what it's called. But I've had the 3. So maybe because I had those vaccines, I'm not feeling like sick. Ken Waterburn, a bit late here, but good to see you all well enough to do this stream. Yeah. I screwed up with the time a little bit, because YouTube sent out a notification saying Thailand Bound is live, and I wasn't. I just got the time wrong when I set it all up, so I had to go in and explain it. But I've got huge numbers in there. I've got 863 people in here at the moment, which is a surprise. Damien, are you out there, my man? I haven't seen you tonight. Right, Roger, see the positive side. Since you came to Quarantine Hotel, your progress has become more exciting. Programs have become more exciting, right? Okay. Right, PA Comanche, thanks for that. What did the airline say? Extra charge? No, because I had a Thai person call them up. They can't be seen to be making money out of your unfortunate circumstances, can they? So Simon speaks really good Thai. I'm doing a language course at the moment. I'm not wasting my time. There's a language course to learn Thai, and it's quite good. I'm doing it at the moment. No, Simon called him up and said, look, this guy, he hasn't extended his holiday. He tested positive. He's in a hotel room. He can't do nothing about it. And the hotel said, okay, well, we'll open this ticket. And actually, when I bought the Michael, I'll just put that up. Full simple the deaths are not due to. Okay. I'll just other people's opinions. You can share them here. So when I bought the ticket, I bought it from a company called Go to Gate, and they were really strict. This is right, you can't change it, you can't refund it. This is set in stone on this date. And they tried to charge me £15 each way to pick a seat. So if you want a window seat, you have to pay £15, $14.99 actually, if you want to be exact. And I got to the airport and I said, "Have you got a window seat?" Said, "Yeah, put me on a window seat." I didn't pay nothing. But they're from the UK side, they're like, well, you can't change his ticket. It's a cheap ticket. It wasn't a cheap ticket. It was nearly £1,300. But from this end, the Thai, they're like, yeah, fair enough. You got COVID. We'll keep it open. They kept it open to. I could stay until July if I wanted to. Couldn't afford to though. Right. All right, David comment. After all the years you have been there and you can't speak the Thai language. Sorry, that is bad. Yeah, I can speak Thai, but I don't say yeah I can speak Thai because I can't speak it like a Thai person, right? I can't. Of course, I can count. I can say I can order all the food. You know, chicken, guy, moo, turn left. I'm not gonna prove it to you here and now, but of course I can speak Thai, right? But I want to speak good Thai. I want to write Thai. You know, so that's why I'm doing a language course. Don't see it as a negative because I'm saying I want to go do a language course in Thai. It's not a negative like, oh, well, you can't speak Thai after all that time. Now I'm making the effort to speak Thai properly like a Thai person. I want to write Thai. I want to read Thai. And that's why I'm doing it. But thanks for your input. CBC Boo. So glad trip was worth it for you, man. And yes, the Rona is the flu. Yeah, I keep saying this. I'm going to say it again. If you've got a trip planned for the next 30 days or 6 weeks, whenever, cancel it. It's rife right now. It's rife. The numbers that you're reading in your country where you are about the numbers here in Thailand, I can't say too much. Right. El Tarifical, £1,300. So that's about 1,500 US dollars. Sasha Taylor, tongue-tied. Yeah. Dutch Frank, what was that notification sound? Oh, that was let me see who it was. I've got lines set up on my laptop as well. If somebody sends me a message, it makes that sound. So I got a message, but I can't see any message. Just check. Somebody sent me a message, but it's not. Right. Okay. Right. Yeah, that's what it is. Right, Delboy. Happy, not sure the missus would let you stay until July. No, I think she's happy not having me there because she's had a Korean family there. When you've been together 31 years, you kind of appreciate the time apart, if that makes sense. Mac, the YouTubers and Pato who think by mumbling that it makes them sound like they are fluent. Yeah, well, a lot of people are lazy to learn the language, aren't they? I used to be. Spider, I paid 575 December 11th, December 28th. It's a good price, yeah. All right, David Baker. Peter, what's been the highlight of your trip? What's been the highlight of my trip? Just getting here, you know. It's been, you know, over 2 years since I was here. And, you know, you take it for granted. It's always here, isn't it? You know, when you want to go to Thailand, you get some time off or you feel a bit, you know, down in the dumps in the UK, you know, all you got to do is go online, buy a ticket for about £550, return either air or Thai Airline, and away you go. And, you know, you have your 2-3 weeks in the sun and you go back, you take it for granted. So the highlight really is just getting here, you know, I mean, like walking along Sukhumvit Road thinking, here I am, I'm in Thailand, I'm on Sukhumvit Road, feeling the heat. And this time of year, the heat is really, it's not, you know, where you walk outside and think, God, it's so hot, I've got to get in the aircon. It's like 28 degrees. It's really nice at the moment. And just going down to Hua Hin and walking along the beach. You've seen those videos I made, didn't you? Where I was walking along the beach, I was walking along, you know, I was watching a lot of videos in Pattaya, you know, where they're walking along Soy 6, they're walking along Walking Street. And like you're just watching these videos and it looks like, oh yeah, you know, it's not looking good at the moment. And to actually I walked, you've seen the video I made, I walked down Walking Street and I was looking at the businesses and it's just, rip really, like Michael said. Okay, I lost you there for a minute. Slow internet. Let me just close this down. Someone's going to keep sending me messages. I think it's young Damon. That's oh yeah, what's he saying? Right, I'm closing it down, Damon. Right. What's my train of thought there? Okay. Someone says buffering. Yeah, I mean, I'm on a really slow internet connection. It should be better because it's 4 in the morning, less people are on the network. But I'm going through my telephone because the hotel internet here is really crap. But I know the picture's probably, when I watch this back tomorrow, the picture will be really bad. But as long as you can hear me, and we're doing a live stream, you can ask me what you want. Right, HW, what Soapy's closed? I'm cancelling my trip. No, you can still get, there's plenty, all the massage places are still open, but what you'll notice is when you pass by massage places in the past, they were full of pretty girls outside. Not anymore. It's like your mother's there with a few lady boys. That's it. That's your lot. Right. Dean Manning, hi. I paid 395 KLM for 21st February, 28th February, but I think we'll change flight number later in the year. Was home to see my wife, not seen for 2 years. Yeah, I mean, the thing is, Mark, you booked in advance. February's the end of, you're not in the high season anymore. I know it's not, I know the, with what's going on, there's not huge amounts of people here, but you know, December's the most expensive time you can come here. All right. Right, Mal, did you fly business class? I'm economy, me all the way. Right, BKK, but if a lot of the girls have tested positive, wouldn't it be okay to have one join you in the room? It would if I wasn't married, but I think my wife would have something to say about that. Right, new member here. Let me just say hi to him. Checkban became YouTube member. Yeah, okay, thanks. Appreciate that. I don't have a huge amount of members. I look at some of the other guys like that NDTV, Martin and Nick. They have a huge amount of subscribers, not subscribers, members to their members area. Maybe I'm a bit expensive, I don't know. What I normally do is I put the story videos up earlier for the members, and you know, maybe I'll find some more stuff to do. Right, always very spicy. Hope Peter got some excellent green screen footage to replace that old waterfall. Looking forward to the car. Oh no, that waterfall's brilliant. That's the Erewhon waterfalls. David Barnett, I paid $400 for my flight. Okay, with Finnair. I nearly went Finnair, but I didn't want to stop in Helsinki and change planes and all the rest of it. Right, Paul, was looking forward to your comments. Any 20 stone bar girl? Yeah, well, that's kind of a must at the moment. And a meat raffle. I'll be interested to see how Ed does on his trips, because he's come at a very dubious time now, because, you know, I watched his stream. He said, you know, I'm not going to put myself at risk. I'm going to wear a mask. I'm going to stay away from people and stuff. But you're in Thailand. How can you stay away from people? You know, he's going to want to go out in the bars. And if you look at Tree Town right now, you've got people in space suits, you know, nurses, you know, they got the full visors, all the plastic on the set up tables. You go out for a drink and you got to look at all these people doing tests. We'll give you a free test, and then once you're positive, you know, it's cash cow, isn't it? Off to hospital you go and get your wallet out. Right, John Campbell, question: when you do PLF again, do you have to book another 2 day UK test, or can you use the one you already booked? I mean, beforehand just now. Question: when you do your PLF again? Well, the rules are changing every day, aren't they? As far the latest I've got at the moment is that you know, Boris is cancelling the PCR test, so basically you can get on a plane and go, unless Thai Airways or any of the other airways say we insist on it. Then I don't think you have to do anything. Okay, right, Lewis. Somebody's telling me that's quite an old photograph, ex-military guy there. Right, looks to me like Thailand and the Philippines are going back to restriction from a year ago. Here in the Philippines, I can't ride my bike 10 kilometers without going through a checkpoint. Yeah, everyone's gone backwards, not forwards. But your wife is South Korean. Do you visit there often, and do you know the language? Right, no and no. I met my wife in South Korea. You know, my background is the hotel industry. I worked for a company called Accor. They run like Sofitel, Novotel, Mercure, and Ibis. Spent a lot of years with them, and I met my wife when I worked there. I didn't understand that. Christ, what didn't you understand? I don't know what that was all about. Yeah, I met her when I was when I worked in a hotel in South Korea. She was about 19 at the time. I think I was 20, 24. Don't know. Anyway. Right, Danish Bacon, that's a good name. Peter, did you meet up with Bangkok Pat? His videos are very professional and seems a knowledgeable guy. Yeah, I didn't meet him. I had some contact with him. Actually, I kind of tried to promote Pat's videos in the early days because he didn't have many subscribers, and I really rate his videos. He's so good at making videos. They're almost documentary style. And the way he talks to the camera, and he puts in a lot of effort. They're brilliant. But I didn't meet him. He contacted me and he said he wanted some collaboration with some other YouTubers. How long was I here? And because I was meeting so many people here, you know, people were sending me messages, oh, you're in Thailand, come and meet me and stuff. And I spoke to him by messages, but I never got to meet him, unfortunately. Right, check down. A few European countries have cancelled the pre-departure PCR tests they introduced in November, as the rates are so high that it won't protect the natives in their country. I think, you know, a lot of governments in a lot of countries now, they're realizing that, you know, it's going to be herd immunity, isn't it? The sooner everybody gets infected and cleared, the sooner it's going to go. But then now they've got this other variant, haven't they? They've got this one in France that's come out, yet another variant. Right, shooting from the sky. Thanks for that. At what point do you think you got COVID? Did someone sneeze on you? No. I tell you what, I've been trying to work that one out. It could have been anywhere. It was after I was in Cowson Road, but I don't think I caught it in Cowson Road. You got to remember, though everybody's wearing face masks, and they are quite. You know, the Thais, they all wear face masks, you know, and if you take your face mask off, they give you sort of funny looks. The only time I've taken my face mask off, somebody, you know, you get people leave comments. I did the last video I uploaded was with Jeffrey Peterson. He's a YouTuber in that I met I say young, he's 40, and we sat in next to a swimming pool. There was absolutely nobody around. We were a meter apart. We both took our masks off. I mean, you can't really do an interview with a mask on, but it was kind of calculated risk from both of us. Right, you're here, I'm here. There's no one here. We were outside, and you get people who leave all these comments. Oh, you know, why didn't you wear your mask? You're going to infect everyone, and all the rest of it. And so, where do I think I call it? It's really hard to say, because the thing is, when you go out into the bars, nobody wears masks. It's mainly foreigners, and the Thai waitresses, they keep their masks on, right? But like I said to you, I don't want to name the place because I'm still here in Thailand. But one of the really famous bars in one of the really famous streets, one of the waitresses told me, she says, Peter, she said, all the waitresses are infected. They've all told me they've got COVID, right? So I just, like I said, you will get it. If you come here, you will get it. It's massive at the moment. And I think the reason that they haven't followed up on me and said, right, you got to come to hospital, you got to do 10 days quarantine, I just think they're overwhelmed. And like I said, they didn't respond to me. They sent me the message, you're positive, don't leave your hotel room. Okay, fine. And I kept replying to their email. What would you like me to do? Why don't you answer me? The hotel called them, right? You know, what do you want to do with these guys? But they didn't pick up the phone. Simon helped me out. He called them, no answer. You know, and I even threatened them. I said, look, if you don't reply to my email, I'm going to just go. And I still didn't get a reply. So, you know, I had to make a decision. And like I said at the beginning of the video, I've just decided to self-isolate. I'm testing every day. Once I'm negative, that's it. I'm off. I mean, I don't know about this 10 days. I mean, I've done 5 days. If it's tomorrow's day 6, I'm clear. I'm going. That's it. Right, sis, Peter, close down all other applications that I use and interconnection will clear up. Right, but I haven't actually got anything else open. Let me just have a look. No, I got Netflix. Let me close that down. That was already closed. I haven't got anything else open. It's a bad, you know, the picture's probably really bad because I'm on a really slow connection. In the afternoon, I probably couldn't have done this. As long as you can hear me, that's the main thing. You know, you don't need to see my ugly mug, do you? 852 people in the stream now. That's amazing. I normally only get about 300. And I feel really tired, and I've got no agenda, nothing planned. I've normally got like the Ladyboy competition and adverts and all these the currencies, nothing that. Do you know, I'm kind of like I'm almost glad that, I know that sounds crazy, doesn't it? I'm not glad that I caught this virus, but I'm almost glad that I missed my flight. But because I'm still here in Thailand, though I'm in a hotel room, I'm actually enjoying it. You know, there's no pressure. I've got Netflix, I've got food delivered to the room, I've got a nice big balcony. My bed, a huge bed. I'm just relaxing. It's great, and it's cold in England at the moment, isn't it? Right, Steve. Normally I watch on Play Again as I start work at 11 p.m. but woke up early as to watch live. Has been thinking about what happening with you. I'm coming end of March to Chiang-Mai. I've seen my missus in 2 years. Yeah, okay. So, Steve, what I'll say to you is, like I kept saying to everyone, don't come. It's a waste of time, right? I'm talking about the guys who come here and they want to go to bars and Phuket and hang out with girls and stuff like that. But of course, if you've got family, like, yeah, if I had a Thai wife or a Thai girlfriend I was in love with and I was missing, I want to see her, then yeah, I would do it. But then, you know, what you're going to do is you're going to mask up, aren't you? You're going to keep away from the bars and the restaurants. You're going to meet your wife or girlfriend and then just spend time with her away from everyone. So, yeah, I hear you. Okay. I'll be interested to know, actually, because, you know, normally when I do this in the UK with the green screen, I've got a couple of screens and I can see on this screen what you guys are seeing. So the quality and the sound and everything is completely, I'm outside of the YouTube back end, as it were. So I'm watching what you're seeing. I can think, oh, the quality's not great, or it's good tonight. But of course, I'm on a laptop, and I don't know how you're seeing this. Am I all blurry? Is it buffering, or is it clear? Be interested to know, actually, if anybody wants to let me know. Okay. Darcy, think March should be okay to go. Yeah, I don't know, Darcy. I mean, do you remember a year ago we were saying November should be good, it should all be open in Christmas, January it'll be clear, and we've gone backwards. It's ripping through the country. All right. Soy 6/1 Triangle Bar Evil Place. I haven't been to that one. They've got a new and they closed that down because it's gone right. But if you go into Soy 7, where the beer garden is, they've got a new complex of bars, and they've got a lot of bars there. So as you go down to the beer gardens on your left, just before you get to the beer garden on the left, there's a kind of walkway, and there must be 40 bars in there. They've all moved from Soy 22. They had the bar complex, Queen's Bar Plaza, and they were all shut down because they're building some kind of a mall, and they've all moved, and they've got this brand new bar area. It's huge, actually. But they've just closed it down because of what's happening at the moment. Okay, right, Kevin, thanks for that super chat. Pictures all good, mate. So okay, that's good. It must be because it's 4 a.m. When I did a test in the afternoon, it was terrible. Right, David. Hey Peter, what day do you expect to fly back to the UK? Well, my it's not a visa, it's a visa extemp. When you come into the country, you get 30 days, don't you? People say I've got a 30-day visa, but it's not a visa, it's a tourist exempt stamp, to be exact, right? So my tourist exempt stamp expires on the 14th, and I believe the 14th is on, just have a look here, that's on Friday, so nearly a week. I've got another week left. So I'm probably going to fly out on Wednesday or Thursday, make the most of it. I'm not in a hurry to get back. I'm not financially strapped. My wife's not worried about me, and I've just heard today my daughter's got COVID now. My youngest daughter's got it, so everyone's going to get it. And then I'm going to get more news that my wife's caught it, and all good news. Right, Steve again, quite clearer now. I paid 1,600 business. Lufthansa return 5 weeks, plan to stay at home with Mrs. and just relax. Yeah, that's fine if you're going to do that, but then hopefully she hasn't got it. Like I say, in Thailand now, it's terrible. The numbers are not realistic. And they had meetings today. The government had meetings today at 12:30, and I think it was 12:30 and 5:30. I should have gone in and looked what the latest was, but they were talking about, stopping alcohol sales again, and orange zones, blue zones, red zones, rainbow zones, whatever. Right. Blurry lens, thanks for that super sticker there. Blurry lens. Some of the names you guys come up with. Right, Daniel Mills. Ed Sweeney has just posted a video. Pattaya just isn't Pattaya now. Okay, well, I'll watch that later. I'm not going to watch it now, obviously I'm on a live stream. Right, Mark Hewitt, what's been the worst symptoms? Being painful, a quick recovery. If you mean symptoms with myself, what have I got? Like I say, I've just had a bad throat, but it feels pretty good now. A couple of super chats there. Jeff Finn, hi Peter, very real show. You are an inspiration. You have a deep respect for Thailand and Thai people. I do. Honestly, I'm not trying to look like, Saint Peter, or I'm such a great guy. I'm not trying to do that. I honestly, I do have a love for the country and the people, and I don't want to put anybody at risk. It's not fair. Right, Damon. Jesus, Damon. That's a big super chat. Make the most of every day. Stay safe and love. Yeah. Well, I'll call you when I get back, Damon, as I always do. Damon's a good guy. I met him through the channel. Somebody looked at his picture. I was talking to somebody else, and his picture on David said, "Cool." He said, "That guy looks a bit tasty. I wouldn't like to meet him at night." But no, I met Damon through here, actually, just like you guys, and then we were messaging each other online, and then I thought, I'll give the guy a call. He seems all right. And I called him, and we've been friends since then. We haven't actually met, but he does all these super chats, and I feel kind of guilty when he sends these in, so, but hi, Damon. Right, okay. Asef Sheikh, hi Peter, what's your status? You've come in late, you're gonna have to do the rewind, else I'll bore everybody. Taxi Delight, I hope Ed stays healthy. He's not been there long. It's really weird, isn't it? Because the day I was flying out was the day he was arriving, so our planes would have crossed in the night, as it were. But that package that he'd done with a company who got him the visa, I nearly did that one as well. But if Ed's in Pattaya right now, he's really at high risk, because I speak to people in Pattaya right now, and they've said not only have I got it, but all my friends have got it. And I'm just going to take one of these lozenges so I can stay on a little bit longer. Else my throat, I can feel my throat starting to get tickly now. So let me just grab one of these. These are really good. And don't normally do this, but I've got to, how long have I been on? Blimey, I've been on an hour already, but I've got a lot of people in the chat tonight, so I'm going to stay on a little longer. Right. Right, like BBC Breakfast News, you'll keep repeating the headlines. What happened when you first said deposit, and how much is it costing you every 10 minutes for newcomers? How long on for you? Bangkok Bill. Not kind of sure what you mean there, Bill. People said to me, is it has your insurance covered the cost of you staying there? I haven't even applied for a couple of reasons. First, I got it through a Thai company, and I've been reading articles where these insurance companies they're just not paying out. You paid for $50,000 of insurance, and some of the companies aren't paying out. But the thing is, I'm not paying out anything. Okay, I've had to stay another week here, maybe 5 days. Right, I'm paying £20 a night for a hotel. I'm probably paying £20 a day for food. I'm not going out drinking or anything. So this whole episode has probably cost me a couple £100, $250. So. Okay, Mark, hi Peter. So what nightlife did you prefer, Bangkok or Pattaya? I'm hoping to come out in February. Right, okay, let's talk about the nightlife. Right, the one thing you'll notice if you do come out here, Bangkok is so expensive now, so expensive. People say to me, oh yeah, but you don't have to hang around the touristy entertainment places. Well, what am I going to do? I haven't come 6,000 miles to sit on a bloody farm in Isan, have I? At the end of the day, I know it's more expensive in Bangkok, but I'm prepared because I've come on holiday. But I wasn't prepared for the price difference. Pattaya is really cheap. Hua Hin is cheap. Cha'am is cheap. I'll give you an example, right? I like Thai food, like this Penang guy or fried rice, chicken fried rice with an egg on, all that sort of thing. Your typical Thai dish in Pattaya, if you go to a Thai restaurant, nearly everywhere, even the foreigner hotels, right? You can't order rice in one dish. It's not going to fill you up, right? You've got to order, like me, I'll order Penang guy, which is a kind of chickeny dish, rice and a vegetable dish, and maybe even some spring rolls. Now, if you're in Pattaya, you're going to pay about 60 to 70 baht a dish, right? So if you order 3 dishes, what's that? You're talking a couple of $100 baht and a drink and all the rest of it. So it's very reasonable, right? And that's pretty much it. In Bangkok, especially around Sukhumvit, Soi 4 and all the rest of it, you're paying like 200 baht a dish. That's £5. So, and like a full Monty breakfast I had the other day, 380 baht. What's that? So 100 baht is about £2.50, isn't it? So you're talking like nearly a tenner for a full English breakfast. Okay, you stop in a motorway cafe on the M1, you'll pay that £11 maybe. But you don't expect to pay that in Thailand, do you? And so what I'm saying, if you do come here, okay, use Bangkok as a springboard to go wherever you're going, but don't stay here for a week. It's just so damn expensive. And the other thing is, I went out with a couple of subscribers a few nights, and they were looking for girls, and they went out with girls. And I went into Nana Plaza. That was unreal because, the go-go bars are closed, but they've got a few bars open on the ground floor. They've got a live band there playing, and it's kind of like, I can't give you an example, but sitting in Nana Plaza with everything closed, just a couple of bars, because of all the memories of all the years of going there. It's just kind of weird to sit in there and see it so quiet. I'm used to going in there and seeing screaming girls and punters. I've landed in heaven, and just the life that went on in Nana Plaza, and just sit there. There's like 2 or 3 bars open on the ground floor with a band. That was really weird. But back to what I was saying about the cost, right? So I was with these guys. We went into one of these bars, or 1 or 2 of these bars in Nana Plaza. And one of the guys bought himself a drink, like small Leo, small size, or Heineken, right? 150 baht, right? You'll pay 60 baht in Pattaya, 60, 70 baht max, right? 150 baht. Anyway, little girl comes and sits next to him, talking to her, and he says, yeah, I'm going to buy her a drink. Buys her a drink, 1 drink. His bill comes to the table, right? Her drink, 280 baht, right? 280. So he's paid for his drink, what did I say, 150 and 280, say 300, right? So for 430 baht. So what's that? That's £10. It's about £10.60 for his small beer and a ladies' drink. Ridiculous, absolutely ridiculous. And the thing is, what they're doing also, the mentality kind of side of it is that, you know, if you haven't had business for a while, you do promotions, think, right, we haven't had any money coming in, we better do some promotions, buy one, get one free, reduce prices, we're cheaper than anybody else. They don't do that here. It's kind of like, well, we've lost money for 2 years, so we need to really increase our prices to get that money back. And it's just taking a mickey, basically. Okay. Okay, we've done that one, haven't we? Right, Dutch fan Peter got enough super chat now to cover his extended stay. Yeah, I mean, guys, everybody likes money. Of course they do, right? And there's this popular phrase that goes around the internet called e-beggars. And there are guys out there who are famous for it. They'll say things like, right, I'm going to carry this on, but you've got to be a member now. Or if you send me a super chat, I'll do this. Or, could you send me money for... I've never, ever asked for money. Okay, everybody likes money, of course. But yourself, I didn't start... I did 18 months without making a penny on this channel. And the people who go into YouTube and think, I'm going to start a YouTube channel because I want to make money, they don't make any money because it takes a long time, and they get frustrated and think, well, I'm not making any money and I'm working for nothing. But the people who've got kind of a passion for it, then a little bit of money comes in later on because, you do the work, the money comes in. But I've never asked for any money. I appreciate anything comes, but I'm not an e-beggar. Right, Paul. Nothing has changed apart from closing time, 9 p.m. instead of 11. Do you know what? It's really weird. When I was in the UK and I heard that they were closing at 9, then they put it out to 11. I thought, 11 o'clock, that's bloody Christ almighty. When I lived here, you could stay out all night. The bars, there was no closing time. You could stay out till 6 in the morning. I have stayed out till 6 in the morning when I was younger. And I thought in the UK, blimey, the bars are closing early. 11 o'clock is crap. But it's really good because what happens is, because it's psychological, because the bars close at 11. I used to go out at sort of 10, 11 o'clock at night and start my evening. But what happens now is, because the bars are closing at 11, you go out at 5 o'clock and you have a beer in Soy 4 in Stumble or somewhere like that. So by the time it gets to 10 o'clock, you're there, you're like, Christ, I've had enough, get some satay sticks, and you're back to your hotel. And I've been in bed by 10:30, 11 o'clock, 11:30 every night. And it's great because what happens, especially in Pattaya, I was getting up at 7:30 in the morning, 8 o'clock. I went outside. It's cool. There's nobody about. I was walking along the beach road. So the fact that they close early, you just adjust your time. So instead of going out at 9, 10 o'clock at night, you go out at 5 o'clock. The night seems the same, but you've got the day. You've got all day. It's really good. Okay, Steph, thanks. Appreciate that. Right. Okay. Just whizzing through these here. I don't have any moderators. I don't have anybody to sort of like go through this. I'm not going to mention it, but there's people who've got channels and they have people looking at all their comments. So somebody says like, Pete, you're a big fat wanker. They won't put that up, right? But me, I'll probably put it up and say, oh yeah. So what I do is I put up the chat and then I read it. So if you say something rude, it'll probably come out. Right, wondering, so I got the best insurance. If I get quarantine, my insurance will pay the cost and the hotel and the new flight. Yeah, okay. If you missed your flight and you lost your flight and you went into a hospital and got £1,000 bill, that's great. But it's kind of really different for me because I haven't lost my flight. I'm not in hospital. I'm paying £20 a night for this hotel, a little bit of food. Right. Yeah, a lot of people don't know that. Ricky, YouTube is making a fortune from this guy. What you probably don't realize is every super chat that comes in, we don't get it all. YouTube keeps 30% of it. So if somebody was easy numbers, somebody sends £100, you get £70. And you think of all the millions of people who do live streams who get super chats. Yeah, we're in the wrong business. Okay. Yeah, Baz Wookie, cancel my trip in March. Don't feel safe. Yeah, I spoke to a few people down in Pattaya. Was it Pattaya? No, it wasn't Pattaya. I went for a breakfast the other day in Soy 4 before I got infected. And it's like in Thailand, in England, this doesn't happen. But we sit in a restaurant, guy over there, and you all start talking to each other, don't you? It's like you're all in the same boat. It's like, oh yeah, where you from? How long you been here? What you do? Anyway, so I was talking to these guys. We're having breakfast, and it's like one guy's from Australia. Another guy was from the state, ex-Vietnam vet, actually. He was telling me he went into Nana in 1967, or this area anyway. But we're all talking. And I said to these guys, I said, look, they didn't know I had a YouTube channel. I didn't mention it, So I just said to them, I said, look, knowing what you know now, would you book a flight out here and have a couple of weeks out here or a month out here? And everyone said, no way, no way. I mean, if you got a wife or a Thai partner and you're missing, you want to see some family, yeah, okay, I understand that. But to come out here for a vacation, even if you get out here, even if you test negative, I mean, look at me, I got here, I was negative. But you imagine if you land and you test positive, right? Then you will do 10 days, because what happens is, the difference with me is I haven't been put into a quarantine hotel. They haven't got me and said, right, that Israeli guy, there was an Israeli guy, right? He tested positive when he arrived, and they put him in a quarantine hotel, and he scarpered. This is what I started to tell you at the beginning. I forgot to finish the story, but he scarpered. They put his mugshot on Facebook and all the rest of it, and in the end, he handed himself in. What do you think his punishment was, right? Now, bear in mind, if you get caught with a vape, you'll get a 20,000 baht fine or 2 years in jail. Now, this guy was positive. He was in quarantine. He did a runner. What do you think they did to him? 2,000 baht fine. 2,000 baht fine. That was it. So I haven't been put into quarantine. They haven't said to me, you've got to stay in this hospital room. They just sent me a message saying, don't leave your hotel room. I haven't. But as soon as I'm negative, I will. Danish bacon. Is your special COVID insurance covering all extra costs? Well, I've just done that one, Danish bacon. You have to go back and look at that. I'm not even applying because my costs are irrelevant. I'm paid £20 a night for a hotel. Right, Paul Hoskin, do a visa run, Peter, so you can stay longer. Yeah, I'm not single though, am I? My daughter's now got COVID. Right, just say hi to someone there. Mac Thai. Hi, Peter. How you doing? Right. Nor Billy. Peter, once you get back to UK, you should get back to Thailand as soon as possible. You seem really happy in Thailand, and regarding the Rona, you have a million to other areas. Right. I've got some plans which I can't tell you about right now, guys. They're kind of really personal, and it's to do with me, my wife in Thailand, all the rest of it. But I'm looking to spend a lot more time in Thailand, and I can't really elaborate on that because I don't want to give the game away right now. But you know what? English not for me. I've had enough of it. I lived in Thailand for many, many years. I've lived in Pattaya, I lived in Khon Kaen in Isan, I lived in Bangkok. I spent years. I've visited more than a couple of hundred times. My wife, my Korean wife, and I, we went back to the UK in the year 2000. Why? Because we had a young daughter, and then we had a second daughter. They're both born here. One was born on Rama 4. There's a hospital on Rama 4. And my first was born locally. And the thing is here, it used to be cheap, but you still have to pay. You got kids, you got to pay the school term, the fees, and it's horrendous. You got a family, you pay for everything. It's horrendous. We made this decision and went back in 2000. My daughters are grown up now, right? My eldest daughter, she's left home. She's in a property that I own. I've rented her cheap. She's got her own business. She's doing well. My youngest daughter's in Birmingham University. So why would I want to stay in the UK? I've got nothing to tie me there. I've got a little job there, but that's just because I can't sit around doing nothing. It's like, I'm not employed. I'm self-employed, and I've got a contract with a local council, but I don't have to do it really. I just don't like to do nothing. It gives me a reason to get out of bed in the morning. But why would I want to stay in the UK? Somebody sent me some pictures. I think it was Damien actually, of the frost on the doors and the ice on the cars. I mean, it's 28 degrees here. I was sitting on the balcony in shorts this morning, having a coffee, and very nice. Why would I want to stay in England? So I think, when I go back, people send me messages and they say, would you stay in England, or do you want to stay in Thailand? And I'm never sort of sure. This trip has done it for me now. I've come out this trip. I know it hasn't gone according to plan, and things have gone wrong, but I now know I'm 62 in April, right? I don't know how many good years I've got left in me. I might get dementia, I might keel over or whatever. But I know now Thailand is where I want to be. I don't want to be in the UK. People are bitter there. You can see it in their faces. It's cold. There's always some story in the news about a disaster, or things are not, here it's different. It's just different. Right. Okay. Get your budgie smugglers ready for a couple of extra days. Okay, that's from Max there. Right. Okay, that's a good question there, right? Someone said, Mac Tai, what's the situation like in Hua Hin? Well, it's the same as it is everywhere else, but Hua Hin is really going to be a happening city, because it used to be very quiet. I like Hua Hin because, you know, if you're a party animal, then you can't beat Pattaya, can you? But in Hua Hin, it's much more laid back. There's a lot of new bar areas opening up. I didn't know, you know, especially around Soy 94. I won't get into it here, but there's a lot of new bars. They're not open at the moment because of restrictions. But I think if the Chinese take over Pattaya, which it seems to be inevitable, I think Hua Hin could be the next big place, you know. Paul, you missed Super Chat. Yeah, it was CZK 2100. What's that? That's Czech. Is that Krona? Okay, let me see if I can get him up there. Right, I've got it here, but I can't see. Let me see if I can get it up. Ah, there we are. Right. You're an example to everyone what to do when nobody's looking, e.g. you are doing the most that you can do to protect those around you, even though the authorities aren't checking on you. Great to see your spirits are up. Hope this small appreciate it. Yeah. Okay. Thanks for that. Sorry I didn't put you up earlier because I missed it, but it's just about being responsible, isn't it? Did I put this one up? Is that Jeff Lynn? Hi, Peter. Very, very real show. You're an inspiration. You deep respect. Oh, I did do that earlier. Yeah. Okay. I'm not trying to be a saint, guys. It's just, you know, we're guests, aren't we? This is their country. I'm not Thai. Later stream, been busy day for me. Yeah, I do get your comments from time to time. I don't know how to pronounce it. It's Pazimo, is it? Later stream, been busy day for me. Great to see you. Commissioners again. Wish you a speedy recovery. Do you know what? You know, you think to yourself, well, if you're in Thailand, you get a positive result. You know, it's disaster. It's the end of the road, isn't it? But it's not really bothered me too much. You know, I'm in a comfortable room, and you know, Chetban, Dutch Frank, when I see somebody doing the right thing, it's nice that life gives back, especially when it's unexpected expense from far home. And Peter gives up. Okay. Javier Lopez, lucky you, mate. Okay. Did anybody totally off topic now? Did anybody see that channel? It's gone now. But there was a channel, I can't remember the name of it, but he tried to make a channel, and his description of the channel was taking the piss out of Thailand vloggers, right? And he did an impression of Ed Sweeney. He did NDTV, Nick, and he did one of me, right? And the guy was actually really good at his impressions, the way he got the voices and that. He did one of Ed, and it really sounded like Ed Sweeney, the way he did it. And he must have studied it and got the mannerisms right. And he did one of Nick, and he did one of me. But where he screwed up, I mean, he was just so rude. Like, you know, on mine, for instance, you know, I did a short clip and I said, look, guys, I've got COVID. I can't get my flight. So he downloaded that and he dubbed it. And he said, look, guys, I can't get my flight, but it's my own fault. I got the clap for doing a ladyboy bareback, right? And, you know, he was really taking the piss out of everyone. And he was actually quite talented at what he did. And I liked them, but I put in a copyright claim, as did Ride for Kicks, as did a lot of these guys, because, you know, if you're going to build your channel on the hard work of others, I wouldn't have minded if he'd have done it in a comedy way, because I have got a sense of humor. If he'd have come on and just did a takeoff and it was funny, but the guy was an arsehole, because what he did, he just kept talking about underage sex and lady boys, and he was taking the piss out of everyone. So he's gone. They've taken him down now, and good riddance to rubbish, I say. Right, Chetban, Dutch Frank, when I see someone doing the right thing, it's like, okay, we did that one already. Ed Sweeney, hi Paul. Are you in the chat, Ed? What are you doing up at 5:25 in the morning? I take it you've been out and about. If you are still here, Ed, live, let us know. We'll have a little chat online here. Right, Christopher Dole, Ed is in the house, right? Yeah, we've just seen that. Checkbound, okay. Ed, I hope you don't get, if you are watching this, I hope you don't get a positive result. I really do. You're at a lot more risk than I was when I got here, and I got it. So, you know, unless you're going to sit in a hotel room and have no contact with anyone, you are at real high risk. I'm not trying to, you know, scare you, but okay. Right, Martin Trevor, you don't need a PCR test to fly back to the UK. You need a lateral flow before day 2. Yeah, what I'm going to do before I fly back, I'm going to go onto the UK website and look into it. I've got one of these self-test kits, because you've got to fill in a passenger locator form before you go back, and then send a sample off within 2 days. I mean, it's really fun to fly these days, isn't it? Okay. How do you say that? Fung Genu. with hindsight, would you still have made the trip? If you said would have made the trip now, no way, no way. It's not worth it. It's ripping through the country. Everyone's getting this, disease, a variant, and it is a common cold, I know, but they're just overreacting here with it. And no way, no. And I wouldn't recommend it for anyone. Dutch Frank. Okay, check. Yes, free content. The other side of e-beggars are the free content beggars. Okay. Paul Hoskin. I expect Egg is finding it hard at the moment. Yeah, Paul, when I read your comments, there's a kind of a different flow to them. Right. Nicholas in Bangkok. I want things to be open and flourishing again instead of being closed before I consider traveling. Don't want to have a watered down experience. And it really is watered down. It really is, Nicholas. Even if let's just say you get here, say you're single. I'm not single, right? But I've got eyes. I go out with guys who are single. And if you're looking for the ladies, I mean, my God, I mean, you're talking the D team at the moment. You really are. And in Pattaya, they're in such demand. They're gone by 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock. You go into bar and they're all wearing normal clothes. Why? Because they've all been bar fined out a few times and they're back. Okay, Ed. Glad to see you keeping cheerful, Peter. Okay, so Ed, what are you doing? It's 5:30 in the morning, so I take it you've come home alone. How you finding your first few days in Thailand? You probably noticed already, but I'm speaking really quietly because I know there's somebody in that room there. He's French. I could hear him today. Right. Okay, David. Hi, Peter. So you don't actually have to do the full 10 days quarantine? I don't know, unless somebody knocks on my door and says we're the quarantine police and you haven't. No, I don't think so, because, like I say, I think they've become overwhelmed with it, because in the early days, like that Israeli guy who did a runner, don't forget when he did that, they put him into quarantine and they only had 4 cases in the country then, right? They've got thousands upon thousands of cases now, and daily. It's not a case of, I knew somebody in that bar who's got it. The whole bar's infected. The whole street's infected. Everybody's getting it. So, like I keep saying, I'm in a hotel room. I'm having no contact with any Thai staff. Food's getting delivered via Simon's motorbike taxi boy and also Grab. So, I've got lateral flow tests every morning. I did one this morning. I was still positive, but I feel so much better. I'm really hoping if I do a test in the morning, it's day 6 and it says I'm negative, I'm going out. Why shouldn't I? I'm not risking it anybody, am I? Okay. Taxis. How many subscribers have you met? Is it good to be famous? I don't know if I'm famous. I had this discussion with Ed when he was on my stream. We did that famous 5-hour stream where we both got absolutely hammered. And we were having fun, and so was everybody else. That's why it was nearly 5 hours. Yeah, I was pleasantly surprised. I was really nervous because I believe it or not, guys, I'm actually quite a shy person. You wouldn't think it because I'm doing this, right? But I am. And I was really hesitant that when I came out here, I just thought I'd be rushed at the airport. People would be like, "We know you," and bar girls would be running after me, throwing Heineken bottles at me. But none of it. No, do you know what? I have to thank Trevor down in Pattaya, because of him I met a lot of people in Pattaya. He's got this group, what do they call it, Discord group, is it? I don't know, but he sets up these kind of nightly, they're not meetings, but let's say, right, we're going to be in this bar tonight, and about 20 people come along, and he didn't have to introduce me. They're like, "Oh, you're Peter from Thailand Bound," and I was like, "Yeah, how you doing? How long are you here for?" and all that. But it was quite pleasant, and everybody I met has been really, really nice. There's been nothing negative. I've met some really cool people out here. I met Jeffrey Peterson, the guy I put the last video up with down in, he's a YouTuber. He's only got a couple of thousand subscribers at the moment, but he's going to go places. He's got a great channel. I met him. Do you know what? The first night I was there, it was like the YouTube Mafia in Pat. I was in a bar, Nick Dean's bar, and they all came in. There was Brian Flowers. He came in. There was Ride for Kicks. He came in. He didn't recognize me. I recognized him. Who else was there? Yeah, I didn't see Martin in there, but I met Nick Dean, I met Brian Flowers, I met Ride for Kicks. Obviously Trevor was there, and there was a couple of other guys there. But there's some cool subscribers. When you do this, you can see all the comments coming in and stuff, and okay, right now I've got just under 800 people in the stream, and people are watching you, but you don't really. It's kind of hard to imagine that a real people are sort of behind the camera, and then when you meet these people, you know, and you find out what they do. I met a guy called Don, an Australian guy, great guy, in Pattaya, and he's got one of these kind of motels in the middle of nowhere in Australia. You know, when you watch these movies where, you know, you go for miles and there's nothing, cactus rolling down the road, and then you get this motel, and his son runs it for him at the moment. But I met him in a bar in Pattaya, and he was great, and other characters. You know, unfortunately I can't remember the name. I met a guy called James. He's an ex-military guy, and he looks, as soon as I seen him, I thought, you're ex-military. He just got that look about him. You know, he's got that American military. I can't explain it, but when you look at a guy, you can see it, right? And he was a really cool guy. He was a great guy. And I met another guy called was it Shane? He was another a military guy. But yeah, in answer to your question, I'm going on a bit now. But yeah, I never had, there was nothing negative at all. And actually, a couple of bar girls recognized me, and I thought, oh, here we go. But they were the reason they recognized me is they've been watching the Nat and Dave cartoons, and they thought they were really funny. You know, they said, oh yeah, we watch Nat, she good girl, you know, she know how to get money and all this. I was like, bloody hell. Right, Spider, I was actually happy with the 11 p.m. closing. Always place to go if you really wanted good to go to the back room and wake up in the morning. Yeah. Right, Peppy, these nuts. Cancel my trip this month. I'm going to the Bahamas. Okay. Susan, how are you? What are you doing up at this time? I'm in Bangkok. You might have guessed already. I've known this lady for about 30 odd years. How old were you when I met you? 20? Right, Damon. Dutch Rang, all talk, no action. Smash your wallet, buddy. Damon. Right, Nicholas in Bangkok. Yeah, I want things to be open and flourishing again instead of being closed forever. I'd consider travel and don't want to have a watered down experience. Do you know the best thing for me? The best thing for me about coming here, I felt like a bit of a fake. I keep saying that because I've got a channel called Thailand Bound, right? And I started it when I was in Huahine. When I left Huahine, I had under 100 subscribers, and I went back to the UK and I did the stories and the 10 things I like about Thailand, all the rest of it. And I've managed now to get up to, I think I've got, well, I know I've got over 30,000 subscribers, which is phenomenal. And I'm really happy about that. I didn't, if I'd have got 5,000 subscribers, I thought I'd done well. But what I really like about this trip is people said to me before I came out here, they said, look, don't worry about videos. We'll be here when you get back. Just enjoy your holidays. And that's not what it's about. I mean, I came out here, 90% of the reason for coming out here is if I didn't have a channel and I was just, you know, want to come on holiday, I wouldn't have come out here. But like I say, I felt like a bit of a fake because I'm sitting with a green screen. People are coming out to Thailand. And I've put out, in 3 weeks, I've put out, believe it or not, guys, I've put out 13 videos, full feature videos. I'm not talking about the shorts. The shorts, it's 15 with the shorts, but I've put out 13 full videos. And when I go back to the UK, I'm so happy now. I'm going to be able to say, well, when I was in Thailand last month, 3 months ago, because it's so embarrassing to say, well, when I was in Thailand 2 years and 3 months ago, you know, so I've done it. I'm here now. Okay, David Baker. Peter, did you let them know you were in a SAS? No, they never asked me. Like I said, there's no guidance. Nobody sort of, like, I was the one who reached out to the hospital and said, look, what do you want me to do? You know, the message they sent me is, you're positive, don't leave the room. We'll call your hotel. What room are you in? So I told them my room number, the name of the hotel, the address of the hotel. I kept expecting them to contact me. They didn't. And then I kept sending them emails and said, well, you know, is it 10 days? Is it 7 days? What do you want me to? No answer. Simon called for me. His wife called. They didn't pick up, nothing. And this is a good hospital, right? So I had to make the decision what to do. You know, and like I say, I've been self-isolating. And as soon as I'm negative, I'm out. How many days? If I'm negative tomorrow morning or this morning, that's 6 days and I'm out. Jay Street, I think it's a good thing Omicron is going rampant. Get it over and done with. Yeah, I think that's what's happening with the UK government now. They're kind of saying like, well, you know, let it go and it'll burn itself out, won't it? I mean, if you're in Thailand, I don't think you're going to get away with it. You will get it. If Ed gets it, I just hope he's in this position that I'm in, where he's not forced to go into a hospital or do a 10-day quarantine. Because the thing is, there's a big difference between a quarantine hotel and a regular hotel. Because if they put you into quarantine, they strip the room down bare. There's no minibar, there's no room service, there's nothing. They cover the floor in plastic sheeting. It's like a lino type, and they put it on top of the regular carpet. It's almost like a room for the condemned, you know. I mean, it's horrible, absolutely horrible. I was in the Holiday Inn on Soy 11 on my first night, and it was so depressing. You can go back and look at the video. So if you're in a quarantine hotel, you know, they bring you food in a cardboard box. They leave it outside the door. They knock the door, and you go out. And you don't say, well, I want this today and I want that today, and can you send up a couple of beers? It doesn't work like that. You get a box, and whatever's in that box, that's your meal. For me, in the Holiday Inn, they brought me breakfast one morning, and there was some dried up toast in there. There was no marmalade, nothing, just dry bread. I mean, that was a breakfast. The difference with where I am now, I could order room service. I don't, because I don't want to put the staff in jeopardy, as I said. Right, but I had like a grab tonight. I had a nice Caesar salad and a pizza, very nice. I've got Chang-Mia in the fridge. I've got Netflix. I've got a regular room. It's quite comfortable. So you just, if you get put in one of those hotels, I can't imagine doing 10 days in there. I really can't. Okay, we've still got 767 people in the stream. Right, Michael, what are you saying? Zaz, do a piece of rum. Where would you go, and could MOT get back into time? I'm not sure on that one. You're obviously answering somebody else. Right, Lewis Baker, just watched Ed Sweeney's new video. He is not a happy camper. I'll watch that in the morning. All I say, I keep repeating myself. Don't come here. Honestly, do not come here. It's a waste of money. It's a waste of time. You're likely to get infected, and you're going to be. I'm a really lucky person because Simon's getting me supplies sent to the room every day. I'm not in a Shah hotel. I should be done and dusted soon. DKK 200 super sticker. Thanks for that. I missed it on the chat. If I see it, I'll put it up on screen. But thanks for that anyway. Black Bolt. Thailand for you, Peter. You look like a different man when you're there. Yeah, I feel like a different man. Yeah, that could be misconstrued as something else. No, what it is, when you're in the UK, it's so depressing. It really is. I mean, the whole vibe in Thailand is totally different. Like I've said to you before, right? If I'm in a bar and there's a guy sitting over there who I don't know, I'll turn to him and say, "Oh, where you from? How long you here for?" And he'll engage me. And, we could become friends and say, well, let's go to another bar for a drink. You do that in the UK, they think you're a scammer or you're, Yeah, I do like it here. Right, Nathan Ralph, do you know Queen of Pattaya? She's a Soy 6 girl with a channel that very much promotes Pattaya. A couple of days ago, she put out a video, don't come to Pattaya now. No, I don't know her, but I do know a lot of the girls now. They're doing... You won't see them back in the bars because they're making a lot of money online. There's girls now, they're doing this just fans, is it only fans? I mean, I heard about one Thai girl, she's getting $50,000 a month. I know that sounds like now it's impossible, but you think she's a real cutie. She's got a platform, that people helping her do all this, and she's around the world, and guys from all around the world are sending her, dollars, and she's living the dream, as it were, for a Thai bar girl. Okay, let's go down to some of the later comments. Ben, cheers. Looking good. I feel good. I really do. Right, Joe. I got deeply depressed as soon as I stepped off the plane. Yeah, I know what you mean. I mean, Thailand, 2 for 1 drink offer, pay for 2 and get 1. I know what you mean, but the thing is, I have had a good time here. Like I said, I think that I hit it just at the right time. When I got here, okay, it hasn't been back to normal fully, but there was enough happening. You've seen my videos. I've been out and about, had a really, really good time. It's just this thing that's happened at the end now. I got positive, and it's not so bad. I didn't get very sick. I haven't had $1,000 cost or anything. I'm paying a couple of £100 in an extra hotel room, but I'm enjoying my time. I'm relaxing. Ken, perhaps a hospital there are unable to cope with the situation. The army have been called in to help hospitals here in London and Manchester. Yeah, I was reading a story today about an army camp in Isan, Konkan. 100 soldiers tested positive. And I bet that number's not correct. Right, how long have we been going now? Blimey, hour and... I'll give it another nearly hour and 40 minutes. I'll give it a little while longer. Right, Andrew, it's the same in Australia, mate. The atmosphere in Thailand is completely different. Yeah, I don't know, is it because people are more relaxed when they come out here? They're in holiday mode, but people are just so much friendlier here. The expats, that is, or the people who come on holiday. I met a couple of cool Australian guys, not at the same time. Like I said, I was sitting in a cafe. I was telling a story to one guy. I was going to mention that bar that tried to rip me off. I don't know if I should tell you that story because you've got to be careful here, haven't you? Right. Pat Case, when do you come home? Well, I'm hoping to come home in the middle of next week, unless I get the COVID police knock my door with handcuffs. Paul Thompson, few mates here in Pat's shook the virus off after 4 days negative test, had worse hangover. Yeah, that's what I'm hearing. I hope I'm negative this morning. I could take a test in front of everybody. Couldn't I take the test right now? But I don't want to because I might get depressed when I see it. Right, Paul Thompson, few mates here in Pat shook the virus off after 4 days negative test. Yeah, okay, we've done that one. Javier Lopez, apparently the Thai authorities are considering to add into the sandbox scheme more destinations like Krabi's. Yeah, that'll change. That'll change. That was a few days ago, but it's changing daily. Okay. Peter Cross, is your wife in UK? Is she UK Thai? Why does your wife let you go to Thailand without her? Oh, no, she's Korean, South Korean, and her family are there. And I asked her, oh, chosen one, may I go? And she said, yeah. Right. Paul Hoskin, just say how wonderful the bar is and we will know what you mean. No, it's not wonderful. What's that? James Wise, do the test now, mate. Be funny. It won't be funny if I test positive again. Alex DuPont, it's like calling hotline. Yeah. Right. Yogi Bear, you need 2 negative tests, day 6 and day 7. Okay, but nobody's policing me, are they? I'm policing myself. Right, Mark Nicholas, do one now, Peter, put your mind at rest, but it won't if I come up positive, will it? Eddie, your friend has become a grumpy old man, but has reported that he has risen to the occasion. Okay, so he's obviously shot. Yeah, okay, I know what you mean. Right, Stephen, why are the pimps with booze in patches saying it's getting better with tourists when it isn't? No idea. Ed Sweeney likes hairy women. All right, maybe a little bit too much information there. All these people telling me to do the test. Look, it's tempting, but I don't want to because it's only 5:45 in the morning, right? I was going to take it when I wake up. I'll probably go back to bed in 10 minutes and wake up about 12. And the longer it goes on, the more chance I've got of being negative. Dutchland, no doubt so much free porn out there. Not sure why people would pay to see one bird. Yeah. There's a big difference between porn and actually being with a real girl, isn't there? Paul Thompson, which bar tried to have you over? Okay, let me tell you a story about this because they really took the piss big time, right? I'm not going to name the bar because I'm still here in Thailand. I'll name the bar when I get back because you know that they've got these crazy laws here where you're not allowed to criticize anybody, even if you are, you know. I'm not slating them and saying this is the worst bar in history. The beer's warm and the staff are crap. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying what happened to me. But you know, they can jump on you, can't they? So. Okay, so here's what happened. Right? And bearing in mind I'm experienced, I've been here a few times, let's just say that. Right. A famous beer bar, let's just say that, a famous beer bar located in Soy 7, right? That's all I'm going to say. Right, so I went in there and I planned, it's a beer bar that's been there 30 odd years, right? Big garden, right? So I went in there and I'd been going in there every night for about 5 nights. And the reason I've been going in there, because bearing in mind what's going on at the moment, it's a great place to start because it's open, the music's not too loud. They've got ice cold beer on what do you call it? Draft, right? It's not bottled drafts, which is great. And I'd been going there sort of 4 or 5 nights. And one night, one of the viewers or subscribers said, look, I'm in Bangkok. I know you're here. It'd be great to meet you. What are you doing tonight? Can I buy you a beer? And I didn't go because he was going to buy me a beer. I can buy my own beer. But I said, yeah, fine, I'll meet you. As it happened, he didn't turn up, right? But we arranged to meet in the beer garden. And I got there about 7 o'clock. Now, I'd been there every night, so I know the score, right? So I'm sitting there and he doesn't turn up. And I'm 20 minutes go by and half an hour go by. And I think, well, he's not coming. And then I'm thinking, so what should I do with myself? And I was just trying to think what to do. And there was a girl sitting here, just, you know, because they all sit around and she wasn't particularly good-looking girl or a young girl, but they're all humans, aren't they? They're all they're people. They're not machines. Anyway, she was drinking a glass of red wine, and I thought that's a bit unusual because they don't normally drink red wine. They normally drink like a ladies drink or a short, something like that. So she started talking to me, and I said straight away, I said, "Look, I'm waiting for a friend. I'm married. And sorry, And she's like, "Yeah, that's fine. Look, but I like playing pool." And I'm like, "Oh, and I like playing pool, actually. I'm not brilliant, but I have my good days and my bad days." So she said, "Oh, I like playing pool." And I said, "Oh, well, okay, I'm waiting for somebody, but I'll give you a game of pool," because it was quiet. So she brings her red wine over to the pool table. And because it's red wine, I don't know why, I looked at her bill. She got a bill, right? And I thought, well, how does this work? So she went to the toilet and somebody's setting up the pool table. So I looked at her bill, one red wine, 140 baht. And that was it. There was nothing else on her bill, right? So she comes back, we start playing pool. So I thought, well, I better buy her a drink, hadn't I, And so I said, can I buy you a drink? Because, we're playing pool, I'll buy you a drink, sort of thing. And she says, yeah, I'll have another red wine. So red wine comes on my bill. Now, so there's her bill, there's my bill. And her bill has got one red wine, 140 baht. That's it, right? She does not order again. My bill comes, I'd had 3 draft beers. And I look at the bill, 3 draft beers, yeah, that's correct. And 1 red wine. The red wine, 190 baht. And I'm like, well, hang on, it's 140 baht on hers, 190 baht on mine, right? So I went to the bar and I said, how come it's 190 baht? And she's got the same drink on her bin, it's 140. And they said, well, 50 baht, ladies drink. I said, all right, fine. I always say, don't get into it, guys, right? So I said to her, I said, look, I'm not going to buy another ladies drink because they're taking the mickey a bit. 190 baht for a bloody red wine, 50 baht of it is just the lady side. I said, look, I have a couple of games of pool, I'll give you a tip at the end. I was going to give her 100 baht or something like that. And she's like, well, Anyway, we ended up having I played 10 games of pool with her. I was there for a couple of hours, and I must have drunk another 3 beers, right? So I had, say, 5 or 6 beers. She had her 1 red wine, and I'd bought her 1 red wine. And the deal was, look, let's just play pool. At the end of it, I'll take care of you. I'll give you a tip. That's it. And then I'm on my way, and you can go on your way. And that was the deal, right? So anyway, I had a very nice time. She was a nice girl. I was playing pool with her, 10 games of pool. Came to the end. Now, the important bit to remember is her bill had 1 red wine on it, right? My bill had 1 red wine on it. Forget all the beers and everything else. 1 red wine, right? Check bin. Sent the check. It comes back 1,880 baht. And I'm like, no way. So I took the calculator. Before I even checked, I started going through with the calculator. And even before I really looked at the bill came to 1,500 baht, not 1,800 baht. So I said to the guy, I said, well, this is wrong anyway. So let me go through it again. Anyway, I looked at her bill. It had 4 red wines on it. 4, right? And on my bill, it had 3 red wines. So 7 red wines at 190 baht, and the one she bought 140 baht. So, I always say on this channel, I always say, look, if you don't want to get into a fight with Thais. If they're trying to rip you off, just pay and walk away. But I thought they were just taking the piss, and I thought, no way, I'm not paying this. So I said to the guy, I said, look, I know she's only had 1 red wine, right? Because I looked at her bill over there. I bought 1 red wine. She's had 2 red wines. No, she's had 7. I said, no, she hasn't, and I'm not paying for them, right? Simple as. Call the police if you want to, right? I was really pissed off, right? So then they started arguing the toss, and I said to the girl, I said, now, bearing in mind, she hangs out in the beer garden, right? She doesn't want to be ostracized by the beer garden. She wants, she's going to go back there tomorrow looking for punters, isn't she? So she's on the fence. She can't really go against them. But then on the other hand, she can't lie because I've been playing pool with her all night. So I said to the girl, I said, right, well, when I checked your bin, you had 1 red wine, yeah, right? She said, oh, yeah, but I had 1 before. I said, okay, fine, which I didn't believe her. So I said, right, you had 1 before you met me. There was 1 on the bill, that's 2. I said, how many have I bought you? I bought you 1, haven't I? She said, yeah. I said, how many is that? That's 3. So I said to the guy, not me, she's telling you. How many have you had? She said, 3 or 4. I said, no, you've had 3. We've just gone through this. She couldn't get out of it. So she said that she had 3. So then an old woman comes across who speaks fluent English, short hair. And she did what they always do, what the Thais do when they're wrong. They don't want to lose face. She starts shouting, like this. So I said to her, I said, hang on a minute. I said, excuse, because she spoke really good English. I said, excuse me. I said, have you got a problem with your ears? And she got confused. And I said, what? Why are you shouting at me? I said, I'm stood like 3 feet away from you. Why are you shouting? Oh, and she's telling me off because I caught them trying to cheat me, right? So I said to her, I said, well, you can shout as much. The reason they shout is because it's a pack mentality. So what happens is when they start raising the voice and shouting and all this, I'm the foreign, right? What normally happens, which didn't happen, is all the Thais who work in that bar or whatever, they surround you and it becomes pack mentality and you feel intimidated. That's why they do it. So she's shouting, oh, this, and waving the bin about and all this. And no one comes over because why? They're understaffed because, they don't have many punters in there. And the one couple of staff that are working are actually busy. So, and there's a foreign guy, American, I think he was next to me. He just flicks his eyelids up and I said, look, you can shout all you want, but I'm not paying it. Not me. This girl has told you she's had 3 red wines, right? And I said, you got 7 on. And they'd actually had the gall to actually take these bins and actually write these on. And you could see it was so rough the way they'd done it. Anyway, she stormed off with a bill. And like I'd done something wrong, like I was the guy who done something wrong. She came back, she slammed the bin in front of me. And I remember it was 1,800 and something. So I looked at the bin, sort of some of the items were scratched out. And the bill was 1,200 baht. Now, I didn't even count it up again. It could have still been over. So I paid the 1,200. The change came, the normal 210 baht coins and the 20 bahts and all the rest of it. I took every penny out of that tray. I did not leave 1 penny. I left and I would never go back there, right? So this is so short-sighted of them, because they don't have business and they haven't had customers for a long time. What they've done, me, a regular punter, I'm in there every night, spending maybe 1,000 baht, and on the 5th night, they tried to rip me off, right? So they didn't succeed. I got the bill for 1,200 instead of 1,800. I won't go back there, which is a shame because I like the bar, but I will not go back there. So that's what happened. Okay. Let's get back on track, see what you guys say. Roger, she hangs out there. Okay, you're talking to other people. Never forget you're with the pros, guys. Fairman, leave them. Don't be a simp like this fella. No offense, Mr. Thailand Band, sir. Yeah. Well, Jim, you're not very well informed, are you? Because if you've been watching this stream for the last 2 hours, I keep saying I'm married and I don't go with bar girls, all right? So who is the simp, really? Okay. Right, D-Rock, just some info on Thailand tourism last year. 40 million tourists in 2019, 6.7 in 2020, mostly first quarter, and roughly 200,000 221. Yeah. Okay. Right, Mal, well done, Peter. Okay, thanks. I'm going to wrap this up soon, guys. Taxi to Lao, yes. Jim, bugger off. Yeah, who was that Jim guy? Okay, what's that? Padge? I can't pronounce that. Go to a different bar, Peter. Stand your ground. Yeah, I know what you're saying. I did go to another bar and I won't go back there, but it's a shame because I've been gone there 30 years. What I'll probably do is I probably won't get out here for another bloody year. Now, when I go back, I'll probably go back in there. They won't remember me, will they? But saying that, they're quite good at remembering people. Okay. Wanderer's Soul, stumble in. No, that wasn't the bar I got ripped off in. That's what you mean. Yeah, you must have come late into the stream, Danish Bacon. Did you get recognised out there, Peter? I did. Yeah, nothing bad. Ed likes being... okay. UK, Mr. Leo, we need to know bar names. Suspense is killing me. Well, it's a famous beer garden in Soy 7. So I haven't named it. There's only one down there, isn't there? Soy 7, a beer garden. Morning, Peter. Hope you're feeling better, mate. I just woke up. You've done well to start 4 a.m. Thai time. Hi, Wes. Yeah. Yeah, it was really weird setting my alarm clock to do a live stream. The reason I haven't done them until now, it's not that I haven't been bothered, I haven't been lazy. I got this brand new laptop, especially for Thailand this time, and it's quite costly actually. It cost me 1,200 UK pounds, about $1,500 US. Got an iCore 7 processor, good graphics card. It's symbolics actually, and the screen packed up, and I had to get a HDMI cable and hook it into the TV in the hotel room, and I was, the screen wasn't the same, and then suddenly the screen started working. It's been good for a week. I'm going to send it back to Dell to check it out, but I thought I'd take the risk and do the stream tonight, so at least I can say I've done one. Right, Kazwan Ahmed, scammers, they really stupid. Water from the aircon, wonder what it was. Scammers, they're really stupid. One con and no one returns, whether it's girls or bars or any business. Most don't think of the long-term consequences. It's pretty much like that in Thailand. It's kind of like spend what you've got in your hand today. They don't think. If you say to a Thai person, right, you can have $100 today to do this, or if you stay with me for the week, I'll have $1,000, but you can't have it till the end of the week. They'll say, give me the $100 today, I'm not spending it today. Right, Edward Butler. Peter, do us all a favor. You need to name and shame. Well, I did, didn't I? I did name them. I did name them in a way. If you know Bangkok, you'll know what I'm talking about. Soy salmon, right? Someone else said, Jim, bugger off. You're about as popular as a fart in a spacesuit, Jim, whoever you are. Right, Damon. Okay. Right, Vlodendam Waterland. So you tell us the fun is gone in Thailand, considering the girls are gone. I'm just trying to tell you how it is. I mean, I'm not into the girls myself. You know that because I'm married. A lot of guys say, yeah, all right. But honestly, I'm not. They're not here. The girls aren't here. There are girls out there, but they're the older ones, the ones who normally you would see hanging around at the end of the night, who've been there all night. All the pretty girls that you used to see in Nana, you won't see them now. Okay. What's the deal with 10 Indian men renting one lady for $1,000? I don't know. I could get into that. Right. Easy to work out which bar that is. Yeah. So don't you? They've got these really strict laws in Thailand. You're not allowed to say anything bad about any business or person because there's a law. It's called, I forget the name of it, right? But you can't, even if it's true, you're not allowed to do it. So I can't go and say, I went into this bar and name it outright and start slating them. But I've said it in a roundabout way. And what actually happened? I haven't said they're a shit bar and the beer's warm. I've just said what happened. Right, Johnny B. I think generally Thais are pretty trustworthy. I've never been had over there. They realize customer want you to return. Yeah, but some of them are quite desperate at the moment, Johnny. It's like in that beer garden where I was, I've never had a problem there before. Okay, Wes. Looks like we're going to postpone the February trip back to May. Too many hoops to jump through. Ragsmere doesn't want to spend 7 days in Phuket. Yeah, don't come, Wes. Honestly, don't come. It's easy for me to say because I'm here, but this variant is ripping through the country now. They're changing the rules every day. Even me, look, I'm infected, right? It's not worth it. World traveler, many Pattaya hot girls went to Dubai. Yeah, I heard that. A lot of people have told me that that a lot of the really hot girls that you used to see in Pattaya and so forth, they've gone to the Middle East and they're charging like 4,000 or 5,000 baht a hit. Taxi Talal, yes, even a bad hotel review causes issues. Yeah. It's not dead. Thailand's not dead, but it's not. It's too much worry. You have to keep taking this. You have a PCR test when you arrive. You have another test a week after being here. You have a test before you get on the flight, and you're always worrying. Am I going to be negative? Am I going to be negative? And it's like me. I was worried when I got here. And then I was found negative and they let me out. And I thought, right, whatever happens from now on, I don't care because I'm going to have my 3 weeks in the sun, right? And I'm not really bothered about testing positive at the moment because I've done my 3 weeks and I'm relaxing now. But it's a constant worry. Who wants to come on holiday and think, oh, am I going to get locked down in a hotel room? Don't come, guys. Dutch Rang, Dam Square, red light, very quiet. The bulldog nearly empty. Okay, Damon. Right, Soy Cowboy 22, 23 was okay, had some good ladies. Yeah, but what you don't realize, because there's so few, they're in such high demand that you walk down there and think, oh, there's a nice lady. But what you don't realize, she was a nice lady 5 times already, if you get my drift. Paul Hoskins, go on, do the test. I ain't got the balls to do it now in front of everyone. Yeah, Black Belt, lots of girls in Bahrain. Yeah, I've heard that from so many different sources that a lot of these girls here now, they've gone out to the Middle East and they're making mega bucks. So if they're making mega bucks, they're not going to come back and work in a bar in Pattaya, are they? James Craig, get well soon, sir. Thanks for the video. Okay, thanks, James. Right, MJ, Johnny B, haha, 200% incorrect. Right, I think that guy's gone now. Michael, if you test positive, can you return home? Well, I think it would be kind of like inconsiderate to try and return home, wouldn't it? I don't know. In theory, no. But then they're going to stop these tests, aren't they? You had to have a fit-to-fly PCR test to get on the aircraft, which is where I tripped up, because I was flying on the Wednesday. I took the test on a Tuesday. My flight was at 7:30 on the Wednesday evening, so I took the test on Tuesday morning, got the results on Wednesday morning, which if they'd been positive, I would have got on the flight. But they come up, if they'd been negative, rather, I would have got on the flight. But they came up positive, hence me being here. But in answer to your question, if you test positive, can you still return home? I think anybody who would attempt to get on an aircraft who's positive, it's just wrong, isn't it? It's wrong. John, just thought, did you mention to girl that you were back in the UK? Just a thought, did you mention to girl that you were in? I'm not sure what you mean there, John. Right, Prior 9, get that Chang out the fridge soon. Sort of, Christ almighty, it's 6 o'clock in the morning here. Chang in the morning. Look, there we go. I did have a few last night. I couldn't now. 6. I'm going back to bed in a bit. Pat Keys, is Nana Plaza open? No, it is. No, the Go-Go bars are all closed, but they've got a few bars on the ground floor that are open. It's really a rip-off in there at the moment. Okay, D-Rock, world traveller, yes, and some to Phuket, Dubai is free and open like Mexico, Northwest, no quarantine. Right. I wonder if I did a test now, like a lateral flow test, I wonder if YouTube, they'd probably ban the video, wouldn't they? So I don't want to risk it, because I was getting the courage up, and I thought that would be sort of quite neat, wouldn't it? To go and get the lateral flow test now, do that in the bathroom, up the nose bit, put the liquid in and say, right, guys, I'm negative, I'm positive, but I've got a feeling YouTube wouldn't really like that, so I better not do it. Bob Cassidy, thank you for taking a bullet for us. Appreciate your hard work for the boys. 100% super chat. If you do the test right now on camera on the stream, Bob, I'm not that desperate, mate. Honestly, thanks for the offer. But it's not about the money, is it? I mean, it's about the channel. And the thing is, YouTube are really funny about that sort of thing. Why do you think people come out with things like, Movid and the Onion Berryman and, Maxine? Why do you think everybody speaks like this? Because YouTube are just they don't want to put advertising on your videos if that's how you're talking. And to do a lateral flow test on screen, I think YouTube would, they'll probably give me a strike. But thanks for the offer anyway. Right. I'll tell you what, when I meet you in Thailand, if I ever meet you, I'll buy you a beer, okay? Right, I mean that. Right, alcohol suppresses your immune response, so best to lay off the beers if you're sick with anything, especially if you get that. Christ, I can't imagine laying off the beers and being on my own in this hotel room. Top Cat, how does it affect your flight home? Well, I'm not sure now, because you couldn't take a flight home, because you had to have the test. You had to have a fit to fly negative test within 48 hours of getting on that flight, right? And I tripped up at the last hurdle. Please post your test result in a YouTube message after the live stream. Well, I'm not going to do it until I wake up tomorrow at lunchtime, which your time will be the middle of the night. But what I will do, podcast it, I don't throw $100 too often. No, and I appreciate it, Bob, I really do. But my channel is more important to me than the $100. In the short term, I'd say, wow, $100, I'll do it. But you know what YouTube are like, right? You know what they're like, and I just don't want to risk it, right? Matt Bryan, if Omicron is everywhere in Thailand, ATM, then it will peak shortly, so it follows. Things will then be heading back to normal. Yeah, I agree with that, but you've got to wait till that happens. Once it all happens and it's gone and people say it's back to normal, then get on the plane, come out here and have a good time. But until that happens, right, Ravi YouTube, where are you, sir? I'm in Bangkok. I'm not going to name the hotel, but I'm in Bangkok. Okay. Big B Explore and Travel. Peter, you have skipped about 4 of my comments, bro. I've started a new YouTube channel recently. Any advice, my friend? I watch you regular. I haven't skipped. And what it is, you got to remember, I had over 800 people in this chat. I've been going for 2 hours. I've now got 775 people listening to my dribble, and the chats are coming in like wildfire. So if I just concentrate on only the chat, I wouldn't talk about anything. So I'm picking up what I can along the way. I'm not ignoring them, but I've got this one, haven't you? Right, I've skipped about you. Right, I've started a new YouTube channel recently. Any advice? Yeah, the only advice I give you is don't bullshit people, because people aren't stupid. Don't try and be somebody you're not, and don't give out false information. If you're going to give out information, check your facts before you do it, because if you say something that's wrong, people will jump on you. Okay, so just be yourself. be genuine, and you know, people will take to you if you're an honest guy. Hey then. Thanks for that super chat earlier. I can't remember if I thanked you, but that was a really generous one. Hey then. That's the thing. They will try to get more cash and just love your customer. It's a pity. Yeah, it's short term, isn't it? Alexander Dupont. Haven't said hi to you tonight. If you say Mulvid comes from China, YouTube don't like that. Yeah, you know, I've decided now what I'm going to do. There's other platforms out there, not only YouTube, and what some people do, they upload their videos to other platforms and they speak their mind on them videos. And when they're on YouTube, they say, look, if you want to know what I really think about this, don't look at my video on this platform. And that's what I might do. Yeah, I'm subscribed to him as well, the Expat Daily Show. He's an Irish guy. He brings a video. He's just actually brought a video out. Just announced a test and go indefinitely postponed. Yeah. So, you know, the test and go, that's if you've got the, if you've had the two vaccines, you've had two of them, you get the Thailand pass. You could come one night, you do a test, and they let you go, but they've scrapped that now. And what they actually said, they've actually, originally they said they will honor anybody who's in the system who's took the Thailand pass out, they'll honor it. And now they're saying, then they've changed it and said it has to be used by the 10th of January or else it's scrapped, you know, you lose it. And then they've changed it again and said the 15th of January. So that it's just really ruining everybody's plans, because people have, you know, come out on the 30th of January. You know, they're saying you don't come out by the 15th of January, then you can't come out. John the astronaut, or is that the accountant? Oh, the accountant, John the accountant. Right, okay, we just did that one. Wes, Omicron numbers plummeted in the last 3 weeks in South Africa, and they expect the numbers here in Australia to peak in the next 2 weeks. Yeah, it will be interesting. The next week will be really interesting. I was waiting for this one to come up. Prior, have you managed to bump into Nat over there? Give her my love and tell her wire her another payment. I was actually, believe it or not, I was actually with Nat on December the 24th. And I know Nat's a cartoon character, but obviously it's not a computer generated voice. It is a real Thai girl. And I met her on the 24th and we had a bit of a laugh. Right. Joe Burrs, I'm glad I hired a motorbike over there so I didn't have to deal with the taxi drivers. They're a nightmare. Yeah, but now, you know, you can use Grab now. Grab are fantastic, because I used to always have this nightmare. You don't want a taxi driver. You get in a taxi, open the door and say, I want to go to wherever. It's 200 baht. And you're like, off. You know, next one, same thing. But now they've got Grab. It's fantastic. It's an app, right? You just go on. It recognizes where you are. You tell it where you want to go. There's a couple of apps, actually, but Grab's really good. And they're brilliant, you know, and they every time on the meter, and you've got a map and you can see where the driver is, and they're really quick. It's good. Okay. The Silverback has spoken. Hi, Peter from Ireland. How you doing? Right, let's just say hi to a few more people, then we'll wrap it up. It's 2 hours now. Changed again. You can go if you have a pass. They're all going to be honoured. Oh, it's changed again. So it seems like now they're changing the rules, not on a daily basis, but on an hourly basis. Looks like it's best not to come over to Thailand during the winter months now. I may try November. Will Thailand ever be the same again? Or all these ladies now woke up and thought, hey, Middle East, online, that's where the money is. Dirty Harry, that's a good one. We should create a blacklist of bars to avoid that have scammed people. They don't deserve our business, full stop. Yeah. Yeah, I know. Right. UK Mr. Leo, Grab is the best thing since Pad Thai. Yeah, really good. Aussie 411. My Grab cab was the honeys. I always send them to get my food. I've got my own my own lady taxi driver. Actually, she's a lady called Apple, and she's really nice. She speaks good English now. People have said, "Oh, can you give me Apple's number because I need to be picked up at the airport?" But believe it or not, guys, she's a one-man band. She doesn't want any more. She doesn't want me to give out her number to anyone because she's fully booked all the time with Thai customers. She's got a few expats out here she deals with, and you know, when I call her, I have to give her a lot of notice and say, "Look, Apple, I'm going to the airport in 3 days' time. Can you pick me up?" And she'll, "What time you want to go?" And when I put out the video, I said, "Oh, I'm with Apple, my regular taxi driver." People sent me messages and said, "Oh, can you give me Apple's number?" But she doesn't want to do it, guys. You know, that sounds crazy because she's a taxi driver, but she's busy. Right, Paul Scarf, Trev from Buzzin posted a valid question the other day. If they're testing You go into bars, are they making you stand there and wait, or could you carry a negative test? I'm not sure what's going on down there, because that's another rule that brought out, that if you go into any bars in Pattaya, you have to have a negative test within 3 days. Or so, I don't know. Right. Alexander DuPont, Dirty Harry, that's why he invites like the one from Trevor's great. Okay. Right. I'm going to wrap this up now, guys. It's way over 2 hours. Thanks, Peter. Appreciate it, my friend. Check out the new channel, bro. You maybe find some cool places. Check out Return. Yeah, okay. Bit of self-promotion there. Lewis, have you looked at the new variant out South Africa this week? No, and I don't want to. I really don't want to. BBK Bill, you're lucky you have a good friend in Simon. How would you go if you had no one? You'd have to leave, right, to get your food. No, no, you're right. You are. I'm lucky Simon's here, but I wouldn't, because I'd order room service. I'd put on rubber gloves. I'd tell them to leave it outside, and I would spray alcohol on the tray. Okay, I think I'm going to be out of here, guys. Bob Casting, another generous. Oh, you've done it anyway, Bob. Okay, thank you for taking a bullet for us. I appreciate your hard work for the boys. 100% super chat goes to Nat. Consider it a bar fine. You have a better life. Happy New Year, Peter, and the boys on the channel. What I'll do, Bob, is I'll thanks for that. What I'll do my test tomorrow, and I might just do a little post and say I've done my latest test. I'm still negative. I'm positive, but I really appreciate that, and I hope you can understand why I didn't take up the challenge, because YouTube are really hot on this stuff, and they, Okay, guys, I think that's it. I'm going back to bed. It's 11 minutes past 6 a.m. in the morning here in Thailand. I hope it's been eventful for you. I hope you've picked up a few things along the way. I'm hoping the next live stream will be from the UK. Then I can speak my mind. I'm speaking very quietly here because I'm in a hotel room. People are asleep next door. So I'm hoping the next live stream, there'll be stories out. Because I thought I was going to be back in the UK and I didn't want to do the story. So I've got 3 or 4 stories, 30-minute video lined up. So I'll release that tomorrow. So something to look forward to if you're into the stories. And the next live stream, I hope it will be back from the UK, where I can speak openly about anything. I'll answer any questions. I've got no worry about, anything coming back at me. But for now, I've got to play it safe. And it's been great, guys. It's been great. Thanks a lot for joining me this evening. And I'll see you all soon.